We've got the hand soap. We've got the, disinfectant. We've got the disinfectant spray, Clorox wipes, Clorox spray, wet ones, more wet ones, additional Clorox, Christmas face masks, more face masks, straws. So
cool. Well, we opened up on that, on you going through your grocery haul, basically.
Ryan, when they talk about safe sex, that's not what they mean.
It is the way when I do it.
It is what they mean now.
You're
afterwards.
You're in another state on vacay. You do it the way you want.
I wear a helmet every time, guys. Don't worry.
I saw on the news they had a health expert come on saying, you know what, if you're gonna have sex with somebody who's like not one of your normal partners, then you gotta do it facing away from each other and wearing masks. And I think that's exactly how they're all gonna be doing it.
Wait, was that was really like a news report?
That was really on the news, like on mainstream news in the middle of the day or afternoon or something.
I remember there was something like the CDC in New York was talking about glory holes at some point.
It's like,
that. What?
It's like if you were to engage in activities, if there was a way to block all other, bodily functions, it would actually be better if you were to. So it's like, be careful, but glory holes A-okay.
They're endorsing like the giant rubber suits from what was that, Naked Gun?
The latex kink community has got to be like super like loving this right now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're loving it. Oh, I mean, what? I was gonna do that joke over text, but I'm glad I got to do it on video. It's way less awkward.
Well, hey, speaking of doing things on video.
Oh.
Finish the sentence yourself, guys. Where's this gonna go? Speaking of doing things on video, we're streaming some D&D. It's this is episode 58 of this whole shebang, which is kind of
getting up there. We're over the hill.
We are. We're gonna have some fun stuff tonight, I think. I'm not going to say it's a very special episode because rather than say that, I'm going to say I think we're gonna have some real Witcher vibes potentially this evening, based on what is planned. So we'll see.
I've been playing a lot of Witcher the past day or two, so that will be good.
Say that again, Sid.
Do you want
You're
to play
a touch
some
quiet,
Gwent?
by the way.
Is Henry Cavill gonna be here?
Oh, yes, Henry Cavill is our special guest.
I would like Henry Cavill, please.
I leave this.
It's gonna be 4 hours of Gwent action.
This box right here is specifically left blank, not for when Artem joins, but for when Henry Cavill joins us. He bought his new computer. He's all ready to stream and play. And Ryan,
that's true. Yeah, he did set up his own computer, and I assume it's for this.
I don't know if that was a knock against Gwent, Ryan, but Gwent's awesome. So
Gwent is awesome.
No, I was
seriously. Every time I restart that game, I do all the Gwent missions before anything else. I'm addicted to Gwent.
It's so cool. I don't think I have it anymore, but I had an actual like deck of proper Gwent cards that I think.
Nice.
I think they sent it at some point.
I think it's genuinely a good game. It's a good card game.
Yeah, it's fun. So anyway, we're here, to play more D&D. It's Tell the Sentra. It's episode 58. Quite a lot happened in the previous episode, so I'm gonna leave it to you guys to do a little recap action, and then we'll get into your plan of action for this evening.
I need a haircut.
Last time we got back to. No, I think was the fight last time.
You opened with it,
Yeah, we opened with the fight.
So we opened with casting Kill Beam after.
In a row.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This week's been a year. We fought the guys, and we captured Mr. Robot and the Night Vampire Snake Lady. Valson straight up murked her own biological father and absorbed his soul. So if you guys know the number of a therapist, get that to her quickly. After that, we told the captain about her duplicate body, and she's like, I'm going to go have an existential crisis. I'm like, great, have fun with that. And then we got the Goblin King and Princess to come with us to Octon so they can try and have a seat at the table. Even though they were willing to let like our world be annihilated. I mean, I feel like we're really like throwing them a huge bone here. Like we didn't just like piss off on your murder hobo island.
You took a very high
But we helped them.
Paragon route.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it would have been really like it would have bit us eventually. Anyways, we came back. We questioned the two surviving wizards. They told us their motives. One was seeking order and to influence the direction of history by embracing a safer path, safer being in quotations. And one wanted the freedom of knowledge and information to exchange hands. I'm not entirely sure how that would have worked with the Dream Knights, but she seemed pretty convinced of it. And we questioned them. Oh, and we questioned them about a boy that had been sent through. So Valison dove into the memories of her late father and found that he, along with the others, sent in a young boy with a fantastic mustache into the dream dimension. However, the gate was destroyed and he is trapped on the other side, presumably. And we also found out a little bit more about Valison's father and brother-in-law, or which one was this? Valison's mom.
Her biological father is the cousin of her adopted mother, essentially.
I feel like that could have been so much more easy. I feel like that could have been a lot more simpler. But anyways, some murdery shit went down. He went AWOL. His cousins adopted Valison into their own family, took care of her, raised them as their own, and she questioned them about that, and they're like, because he was crazy and dangerous, and what do you want from us? We raised you. We're your mom and dad, and we love you. And then she's like, whatever. I have this information now that I guess I'm gonna have to deal with. And then questioned him about the boy. The boy's name is Bronson. So still unclear if it has any relation to Braun.
It'd be really funny if it didn't. His name is
That'd be
Jr.
super. It's like, no. Why would that'd be so on the nose? But we found out that his mother, Delilah, is in the floating city of the Modrons. And we know that there's another dream court there. Braun volunteered to go in alone to rescue him, but was immediately shut down by just about everyone. And there's just really one more mission to go to the other side to get Braun's son, Bronson, and get out for one last ride. And I think that's about everything.
Yeah. Well, potentially. You have this would be, if you got that cord, it would be your third one, I believe. Yeah, because you got one, Val's got one, you got one from the heaven side, and then this would be your third. So I think you need one more if you want the whole team going over.
Yeah. So we're still shy one.
And of course 5 if Lancer is back by that point. But we'll see what happens, right? Who knows? I know, but you'll find out.
Maybe Lancer will bring one back with him. He's like, guys, I just found this on the road.
Keep that thought in the back of your mind. Yeah, that's kind of all that happened last time. And so this time, you find yourselves, it's just kind of the next morning in the capital city, and your plan of action is to get them their Modrons. And at some point you all reunite, at presumably at the actual circle. So, I guess we'll go from there whenever y'all meet up again.
So how do we find this Modron City? It's flying around somewhere. Well, I guess I just stop flying, fly up real high until I see it.
What
There's
if
a
we?
lot of sky.
What if we tie a balloon to a long rope, like a long one, and then just like hang out until it like bumps into it, and then we can like climb up.
Or we tie like 20 balloons together and like tie them to a basket, and then we just like go up into the sky. And then when we need to get down, we just start popping one balloon at a time.
I think you're onto something.
Are the Modrons a part of the Octan Circle?
They are not.
We kept one of the Modrons alive, right? He's one of the people we interrogated.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, I'm waiting. There's a a very simple way to do this, but I'm waiting to see if you guys arrive at it on your own, rather than me just telling you. By the way, there's this. So,
I'd like to roll a perception check to see if it's in the sky.
Guys, there's a flying worm train that we've been missing this entire time.
yeah, one has wings.
Is it
You
over there?
You just gotta wait at the station for the right one to come by.
Is it over
I
there?
could try to teleport just based off of a description. Of course, if I get it wrong, we could, teleport very high up in the air and just start free falling.
I'll just tell you because it's something the party would know anyway. The guy who runs the Order of Torm straight up told you, "Hey, when you're ready, I can help you get there."
Well, okay.
Hey guys,
then.
hold on one sec. I'll be right back. Or keep going. I'll be right back.
Okay.
What is? Wait, how high up is it?
Can you move your mic down, Sid?
How high up is it?
You don't know because you don't know quite where it is.
So like we just know it's up there somewhere, but we don't know where it is?
Yep.
That seems dodgy as fuck.
Yeah. Well, it's I guess if people want to give me like history rolls, we can say like how much you might know about it just from external knowledge.
Because it was on the map. I assumed that it was just like we're kind of aware that it's there.
I don't know if
That's
you've
about right for
actually-
Charlie.
I don't know if you've actually seen it on the map, have you? Here's the
Have we
map.
not?
Yeah, I don't think we've ever seen it on the map.
Oh, I thought it was on the map. My bad.
Unless it's like looking like it's an island, but it's actually a floating city.
My bad, my bad. So we just know about it from stories? Is that what's going on?
Basically, yeah. So I guess, I mean, Hazard reads a lot of books, I guess. So Hazard would know that, like, basically they're, the Modron are basically like chroniclers of like the history of the world. So they kind of just float around it, kind of travel around it and observe and write down what's happening, going on. But by that nature, the city is often moving. It's not usually in one place for a very long time.
They're roaming knowledge perverts that spy on people, and like they like watching.
But I think it'd be like a Howl's Moving Castle scenario.
Kinda, but like with
Scenario
toasters.
where you're like, oh shit, there's Howl, and then they're like, fuck you.
Yeah, but like with like living toasters.
Toasters.
Yeah.
I can cast Dimension Door 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 times, and that's 500 feet per thing. That's probably not gonna get
You're
me
just
high
gonna
enough.
like rocket, like portal style, just climb up into the sky.
Yeah, and then save one for like the downfall. Like just being like, I'm gonna come out here, and then I'm gonna make sure there's no fall. I'm just gonna like.
I can twin spell fly and then just have 2 people fly up.
But
I
then
mean,
that's
we were
the
told
whole-
someone can get us there.
Oh, fine.
I mean, by all means, we can
Can't-
say, screw that dude.
Can't we just modify the ship to fly us up there? Isn't that what they did for that one arc in One Piece? What's it called?
Oh, when they
How
go
do
to
they get up to the
Skypiea.
flying? Yeah, isn't that what
Yeah.
we're doing?
It was
So we
that,
get
or
the
it was
submarine.
either that, or they took like it was like a geyser that launched them up. I don't remember how it happened. I remember.
Well,
when they,
what
like,
if we got
dropped back
inside-
off of it.
What if we got inside of a cannon and then just shot up to the island in the sky?
If I
Hmm.
want, yes.
I did that in a game once.
Let's talk to our guy first, and if that doesn't work out, we'll circle back on the cannon idea.
I like
Okay.
the idea personally.
Where is that guy that knows what we need to know?
Rufus, he's the one who runs the Order of Torm.
In,
Oh, that's in Bright Bay, in the ASMR city.
of course, we were just there.
You want me to teleport us there? I know it pretty
wanna-
well by this point.
I don't want to feel like we were using you, but if you would be open to it,
You guys are my friends. Of course I'll teleport you.
it just seemed like we were maybe asking you too much last time.
No, it's just because I had a bad feeling about that goblin. I didn't like teleporting him, but that's okay. But we're not teleporting him back, right?
No,
No,
I think
they-
he's got his own ride.
Yeah, they're taking like a kind of a tour of the continent kind of deal.
Oh, good. Okay. Then I am
He did
all
seem
good
like
to go.
that king did seem a little bit like a dark type.
Yeah, he seemed like
One
a
person,
dark
alright.
goblin fairy type.
I was gonna
Not that
say,
there's
Fine.
anything
Fine,
wrong with
go ahead
fairy
with this
types.
game.
Yeah, I
Some of
think
my
he's-
best friends are fairy types.
yeah, he's dark and fairy. I think that's Grimmsnarl's typing.
Yep.
But anyways,
Well, do we need to do anything here in Octon before we go? Is everyone filled up on flour?
Oh, actually, did
I
we
have
use my
sand.
flower to fight the birds? Or the bird and the
Well,
wizard?
I don't know. I think Braun
Is
used
that my
his.
Titan flower?
I definitely used mine at some point.
Yeah, I don't know if you did, Sid.
Okay, then I do not need flour and I am okay.
Also, we had a long rest while here, right?
Yeah, it's the next morning.
And at some point during the moonlight, which one's that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, trying to do your armor thing. What are you trying
It
to
is
get?
acid.
8 is radiant.
Trying to get fire so it doesn't blow me up every
Oh,
Oh wait,
single
I'm
week.
sorry. 4 is acid, 7 is necrotic.
I'm on acid now.
Okay, so
I was on
Nice.
radiant.
you've got acid. What? Who's this? Who rolled a 7?
I did.
Okay, so you got necrotic.
Necrotic.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
All right, so what's the move?
Teleporting
Um,
to Bright Bay.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Okay.
If we're all good to go. If Allison, you need to say goodbye to your parents or anything.
We should say goodbye to your parents. Let your mom know you'll be safe.
Well, if you put it that way. Yeah, let's go say goodbye to my parents and let my mother know that I will be safe.
Yeah, if you insist, I guess we can make time for that.
I guess if you really want to, Val.
Me and
You don't
Matt-
have to. We can.
No,
No,
I'm just
no,
like
no.
glaring at Hazard the way he said it.
Okay, so not doing that.
Well, I mean, I can. Shit, I didn't say no. I said, yeah, let's do it, but I was glaring at Hazard.
Val, it makes a difference between me hitting teleport right now or doing it later. What do you want?
Let me go say goodbye to my folks. Yes.
Okay
I will
then.
go say goodbye to my family.
I'm gonna go say goodbye to Lancer's family.
Oh, okay, bye.
All right, we'll go with Val first when she goes to her house.
We'll meet back under the clock tower at the strike of noon.
That's very
That sounds like an
That's
adult
okay.
thing to say.
That was seems very adult, actually.
So, Val, when you get to your house, it's probably like as you're approaching it, your mom's actually just gonna come out the front door because she's on her way to Lancer's house as well to do her, more recent housekeeping duties. So you just kind of basically run to her on the stoop.
Hi, Mrs. Val's mom.
Hello, Hazard. Hello, daughter. How are you feeling this morning? I know it's been a rough couple of days.
Oh, it's been an interesting couple of days, that's to be sure, but I just wanted to swing by and say goodbye.
Right.
Again.
Yes. Well, your father filled me in on everything you discussed the other night, and if you ever need anything from us, you can always just ask.
Oh, well, yeah, I already told them, like, I'm not mad or anything. It's just, the little moments right before the fight where the guy was like, does the dude even really care about you? He's not, they're not, I'm your real dad. And it was like, what? But, moving on up, as they say, because we're actually looking for the flying city. So,
Oh, I see.
Oh my god, if the flying city was on the east side, I would be so happy.
That is quite a thing to be searching for. How are you going to find it?
our, our top idea right now is to, just rent a cannon and just see how that goes.
Interesting. I feel like your friend, what was his name? He works at the tavern now. Vander? I think he's been shot out of a couple cannons now and again.
Right? Maybe he has, a super high-powered cannon that we can use. Like, super high-powered or something.
Perhaps. Well, listen, I don't want to keep you from your travels, but, I wish you the best in them. And, if you ever... It's a weird thing to say, I suppose, but if you have any questions, about your birth mother, I would happily answer what I can.
Actually, I have a little bit of a question.
Yes?
Like, it's not so much about her, because, I don't remember her at all. But why was he sent to kill her? Or was it just the brothel in general? Or was it me?
Just the
Like,
brothel
what
in
was the
general.
order? Oh, so he didn't have, the cojones to be like, hey, lady, maybe you should get out of there.
I won't pretend to know what was inside his mind, but I know the job was simply to burn down the brothel. And being a madam, your mother would, of course, be there.
Yeah. Did they love each other? I'm sorry. That doesn't matter, because he was crazy, apparently.
I cannot say. I know he definitely charmed her. I mean, let's be honest. When one goes to a brothel, you can't exactly, get with the madam. You have to kind of go a little off the menu for the madam herself to be interested in you. So at the very least, they had some sort of connection.
Was she nice?
As far as I understand it, the girls liked working for her.
Oh, I thought maybe you knew her in person or something, because you said I could ask questions.
Well, I'll answer what I can, but let's be honest, if I kept her as... No, I don't want to say that in front of you, but I mean, if I kept her as close company, it might not reflect as good on me,
Nice story. Do
But I
you
was...
know her name?
Her name? Not necessarily.
That's okay.
I didn't. If you give me a moment to plug into a random draw name generator, perhaps I could make one.
No, it's okay, because, I don't need to know, she was a madam at the brothel. And I'm just like,
And if we're being honest, most of them aren't going to use their real names anyway.
Yeah, I don't blame her. It was probably something like Starfire or Stardust or something. Which I think is
Perhaps.
the drug that I have in my pocket.
Stardust is the drug, yes.
Yeah.
Well, if you needed to know, I mean, I suppose you could go to the Hall of Records and get that information. If this was something you really wanted.
Maybe I will.
Alright, well, I will leave you to... Her name was Heroin Dragon Chaser.
I'm sick. I'm sick, Ryan. You can't do that.
I'm sorry.
Well, I wish you the best in all of this. Of course, let me and your father know if you need anything, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I hope you have a wonderful day at work. Tell
Mm.
Lancer that I'm using his police badge very responsibly.
I will do that next time I see him. He's, of course, down in Leg Lake, but I
Oh,
suppose
that's
next
right.
you may see him first, and then you can tell him about all the wonderful adventures you've gotten into while using his assumed identity and badge.
You know me so well.
Alright, then she walks off to Lancer's house, and the camera follows her to Lancer's house. Where? Where's it? There it is.
Oh, by the
Where-
way, guys, that's not my real mom. Ha!
Oh, I realized I never
Anyway.
actually bounced you onto the house. My bad. But
No, you're good.
anyways, I had it up for the stream. She's not there.
Does that make her more or less desirable, Hazard?
You know, it's just not there anymore.
I had a feeling.
Okay, so Charlie, you're showing up just to say goodbye to the kids.
Oh yeah, I don't really have any RP. It's you just gonna go over there and play
Okay.
while he can still play.
Well, before you leave, actually, Lancer's wife will stop you. Aye, Charlie, best of luck on the next little part of your adventure. You know, Lancer did ask me to pass something on to you lot for the next time he saw you.
Oh, he did?
He wouldn't give me the details, but he said he had some sort of big surprise. Of course, he says it's got to wait till next time you're
I
all
mean,
together, but...
I think I've already seen it. The guy doesn't wear pants.
Oh, Charlie, that's quite a joke coming from a wee one such as you, but Captain
I've been hanging around with adults a lot.
It's a funny joke,
And I'm
but I
just gonna
feel
go-
bad laughing at it since it came from a child.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna lay the blame on Hazard there, whether it's his fault or not.
That's what we all
I
do.
understand. Richard, from the dog, like the way your dog's positioned, it looks like it's like perfectly like peeking over your shoulder. Well, it did a moment ago.
Oh, that's funny.
It was like little face right here, just like like a companion. Anyways, all right. Well, like I said, best of luck to you. And next time you see my husband, well, you'll probably see all of us because we're actually gonna go pay him a visit soon. But yeah, I say he's got something special for you lot, so I guess look forward to that.
Well, okay then. I look forward to seeing him. I miss him.
Yeah, I'm sure he misses you too. Not as much as he misses his own family, of course, but you're like a, you know, family away from family for him, I guess.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because, well, I'm starting to have a little bit of insecurity about if Braun's going to end up being my family, so I'm kind of, I'm kind of feeling around for second options.
I see.
I'm on the market for a family.
That's a heavy thing to be dealing with, Charlie. I'm sorry for such a wee one such as yourself to be dealing with that. But listen,
It's okay. I mean, I can lift up a lot.
I understand.
That's actually not true. I can lift very little.
I see. Well, listen, I'm sure there'll be someone out there happy to take care of you if that's what you're looking for when this whole thing's over.
I hope so. I hope it's somebody I've actually, like built up a connection with, and not it just being like some rando guy coming over and stuff. I really hope it's either like Braun or Lancer, or maybe Hazard if he grows up a little.
I guess only time will tell. Anyway, my accent's changed like 4 times during this conversation, so I gotta get back to what I was doing.
Well, okay then. I guess I'll see you later.
Alright, bye, little Charlie.
Goodbye.
Alright, so
Don't
eventually...
remember your name.
Ilcia is her name. I don't know if it was ever even said out loud, but that's the name. So
Okay.
anyway, so eventually y'all gather together again.
We are gathered together again under the tower at noon.
Are we ready to get there?
Oh,
I mean, I think I am. I think I've been there enough times. I'm pretty confident I can get there without a problem.
So like, my
Just
mom pointed something out really, really quickly. The cannon idea. Vander might have experience being launched out of a cannon, so if that's our initial go-to, he might have some pointers.
I feel like you guys bring up this Vanda guy a lot.
I miss him. He was my friend, and we went and stole some things, and then I met like Squellicky and this weird little acid trip kind of thing, and then like, you know.
Bon, are you getting any of this?
yeah, he was arguably pretty smart. He got out when the getting was good. So before it became life-ending stuff. So in some ways, I envy him.
It was pretty life-ending when he was a part of it too. Remember that time? Remember that time when it got like super, super, super dark and we were in the caverns and I couldn't even see, and then just Vander just went missing all of a sudden, and we were like, "Shit, we got to go though," and like, you know.
Yeah, pretty sure that was the fight that made him say, "I'm done with this."
Same.
So
Well,
All right,
okay
Charlie.
then. I
Quite
guess
smart.
I'm
You know
gonna
the way?
use teleport now.
Yeah, you are. This is a city that you're like super familiar with, so I think like there's no. You've got the like 1 to 100 range of getting there, so I don't see how it's gonna fail.
Cool.
I was gonna say, if he needs something extra, I've got an Ara cake. So
That's true. Yeah, like I don't see any way you fail it, if I'm being honest. So you get there, and I'm guessing you're just headed right to the order.
Heading right to the guy.
Yep. Okay.
Just down the brass tacks, mister.
Yeah. So you do that. You teleport and you go there. As you enter in, he and his wife. Oh, come on! I hate that Roll20 does. I don't. Roll20 will do this thing where for some reason it'll like, because you can like duplicate a page and stuff in Roll20, and for some reason it'll just like that menu will come up even though I don't click on it, and it'll just hover there forever unless I refresh, and it's really annoying. Anyways,
Now I want to look up the origin of brass tacks.
interesting. Yeah, I don't know.
Was there actually a tax on brass at some point? Is that where that comes from?
probably.
I thought it was tack like TACKS.
It might
Like,
be.
like you stick in a board.
It
I
is.
don't know.
No, you're right.
You know, Schmanders did a couple episodes on
tacks.
idioms that I am meaning to get to.
I tweeted this out the other day, but I just realized that when you say something is a crapshoot, you mean it's a gamble because it's literally referring to shooting craps.
I'm getting some fuzz.
Yeah,
Anyone else?
Richard, you're buzzing.
I'm buzzing.
Yeah, looks like it's on you.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Am I still buzzing?
Faint.
I don't hear it now.
It's mostly, yeah, it seems to be mostly gone now. I don't know what it was. It was weird. Okay, so
I think my thing was on top of my mouse pad, which sent a little current through. Let me know if that still happens.
I'm hearing it slightly still. Maybe your cord brushing up against something. I don't know. Okay, so you get to Bright Bay, and you go inside, and as per usual, Rufus and his wife Ash are in there. So you just walk in. Oh, it's you lot. Just drop it on by. What can I do for you? How are things? How was the journey?
Well, we're still alive, but it's gotten infinitely more complicated since the last time we've met. The long and short of it is we need to get to the floating Modron city as soon as possible. And you mentioned once before that you can get us there.
Yes, I mean it's not like an instantaneous thing, but I can certainly arrange for a way to get us there. Give me one moment, and he'll like kind of be like searching through like his like stack of books or whatever, and he's gonna pull out a book labeled "The Works of Torm, Volume 2." So, fun fact about this collection of books here: they're magically linked. Anyone who owns Volume 1 knows where Volume 2 is located, and vice versa. And wouldn't you know it, Volume 1 is being kept at the library at the Flying City. So, I do happen to know the coordinates. Now, however, getting there is another problem unto itself. However, if my contacts in High Peak are correct, we ought to be able to arrange transportation there in the very near future.
We're talking balloons, right?
In a manner of speaking, I suppose. That's a good face. It's funny, you brought yourselves all this way, but you'd have just sent me a message, I would have told you to meet me there instead.
That's fair. Where do we need to go then?
Not to be sending him,
High
sorry,
Peak?
everybody.
High Peak, the Arakocra City. Have you not been?
Right.
You know, back.
Have we not been? I don't think
You
we
haven't
have.
been. Back on the eastern side, where you were closer to before.
Charlie, how many times can you teleport in a day?
Let me roll a d10 real quick. See if I can. Oh, I can do it one more time.
That'll work.
Oh.
I see. Well, I suppose we don't need to travel by train if you could teleport yourselves there. Charlie, do you
Yeah, I'd
mind?
say we would get a lot of use out of this.
Yeah, Charlie, do you mind bringing me along for the? I guess you'd still call it a ride.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're gonna help us get to the Mojon City, yeah, that's okay.
Great. What do you need as far as teleporting? You
Well,
haven't
you
been there
know,
before,
but
correct?
about 100 gold would be really helpful.
That's not
Charlie.
exactly what I was asking.
Oh, no, well, if you have any, like, items or anything from the area, that might help. And as detailed a description as you can give, because I have heard of it, but a fresh retelling of what it's like would be helpful. And 100 gold.
Nice. Right. I can't say I have anything from the Arakocra City myself. I could give you one of the books that describe it, if that helps.
Yeah, that would be great.
My
Depending on the
brother is
language,
there.
you might need to read it to
That's a
me.
thing.
What'd you say?
My brother is there, isn't he?
He's in the one right next to it.
Damn. Just kidding. I don't own anything from there at all or anything.
You will be pretty
Doesn't
close
matter
by,
anyway.
though.
Wouldn't work. Yeah. There's a werewolf problem out there. We should definitely avoid that also.
Wait,
How close are we
Charlie,
to a full moon?
you said that.
Keep going. I'll give you an answer to that question if you're curious. About 20 days.
Charlie, if you've seen a place that helps you teleport there, right?
It does.
And Valison's brother is right next to said city.
Oh, you want to try to see if we can scribe?
Is that an option?
Or scry? It is. It's just a
Seems-
matter of time that we're gonna lose that scrying ability, though.
That just means I will have to take the actual spell the next time I level up. He's okay.
Is that what y'all want to do? You want to scry on Val's brother?
On Ildan?
Try and fly.
I mean, if it'll help us with the odds, then I guess so.
Okay. You're doing things in a fun, totally out of order way I did not expect, so this is going to be really interesting. Are you okay? So just you are getting the eye out. You are scrying, yes. Before I go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess we're just gonna have to jump right to it then. So you're scrying, and it's kind of like a. I guess because it hovers kind of like. It hovers like 10 feet from the subject. We can do it this way. So like, it's hovering in like the medical wing of like some like guard barracks. So you see like you know, there's like a nurse or someone working. There's like a, you know, you see a nice breeze kind of blowing through in the curtains here, and there's like, you know how in a hospital is like a bed is like tented in, right? Like it's got like the privacy curtains around it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a very private looking bed like that, and you see the nurse kind of she pokes her head in just like and it would be like an Eric Hawker nurse, I guess, but she just pokes her head and she's just like, can I get you anything else, Shademerk, how you feeling today? And you just hear like from the inside just like, the same as yesterday, but some more water wouldn't hurt. She's just gonna, okay, let me just go get that for you. Do you want a little more sunlight? That would be great. Yes, it's a little dark behind these curtains. Okay, I'll take care of that. And so she's gonna pull the curtains back, and lying on the bed is a very different looking
I cast sending. I cast sending.
of Val's brother.
Sending. I cast sending. I did not check on you for like a day and a half. What did you do? Send.
And I guess while you're scrying, you like see him responding to it in real time.
Yeah,
That's
hey,
fine.
thank God.
That's fine.
So the response you get back is just like, I'm sorry. It was a tough battle. We were looking into the werewolf problem and things went really bad and it's only me left. Sorry.
Sending again. Sending again.
Mhm.
Oh, it's a little bit of a problem. You need a little bit of a shave, young man. I am on my way right now.
You're gonna get back.
Ooh, he's in
No,
trouble.
it's too serious for him to just respond with K. But it'd be really funny if he did.
Okay.
No response. It's just like, it would be really great to see you, big sister.
One day. I didn't check on him for like one day.
So that's when you
It
see
was
when you
one
scry,
day too many.
Like, we cut back to all of you around the eyes scrying, and Rufus is just sitting behind you, and he's like, that's not normally what your brother looks like, is it?
No, it's not.
So do we like bring him a bone or what?
Yes.
Rufus, you're a cleric, paladin, which one?
Yes.
Great. Do you
I'm the
got
cleric.
something
My
for
wife
this?
is the paladin.
Cool. Well, maybe we should lead with you, and if that doesn't work, we lead with her.
Well, without knowing the nature of what happened, I'm not sure exactly what to do, but we could certainly, if we're going there, we could certainly check on the situation.
I think
Can
we
I
got
roll to
bit
see what
by
I know
the
about
thing. Let's go right
lycanthropy?
now.
Say that again. Sid first, and then Andrew.
Oh, mine wasn't important. I was just like, we're gonna go right now. Like,
Okay. Andrew?
Could I roll to figure out what I know about lycanthropy?
Sure.
What would that be?
Nature, I guess.
Nature. Here we go.
It's super rare, but it exists. And there's like, as far as you know, it's largely just like a curse kind of thing. It's not like werewolves aren't like a race or anything. It's just like occasionally some people have apparently been cursed with lycanthropy.
What about the folklore of like how to fix that curse?
I would say you don't know. Even with a 19, because it's curses like undoing a curse. There's, it's kind of like it's like one of those things where it's like there's never one antidote for a curse. You know what I mean? Like you have to figure out like how the curse was done, then you figure out how to undo it.
Okay.
So I guess
like,
the answer would be it's like case by case as far as how to undo it.
Okay, and since I only know like folklore, I've only heard like I've heard a lot of different things, but it's kind of like Santa Claus, but like
Yeah. You'll hear like I heard they caught one by like leaving out a pail of water with a sugar cube in it. Oh, I heard they caught one. Like
Right.
it's just all like stories like that.
Cool, gotcha. All right, here's what we do. We grab mint, right? Just a bushel of mint, and we boil it down into a very strong tea, and then we dehydrate that tea so it's very potent, and then we wash a doorknob with it, and we put out a welcome mat, and then when it comes to the house, it sees the welcome mat and it tries to come in through the door, and it tries to open the door, but then its paw, whatever, gets covered in like the mint. Because they're allergic
Is
to
this
mint.
VVV talking?
What?
I was about
Is
to
this
say,
VVV talking?
BVV
Oh,
put
it's not
shit
like
on
a-
doorknobs.
He put
shit
jam on a doorknob.
Oh, jam.
Jam on one.
That's weird.
like,
Why would someone
ugh.
do that?
Monster.
Why would
He's a
anyone do that?
monster.
Terrible.
Wait, he's a
I
monster. I thought.
heard like a salt line or something. Like you put salt places, and it's supposed to be like, oh, it's protection.
No, that's slugs. That's for slugs.
Oh, just for slugs.
Well, in any
Tell you
case,
what,
we
why
gotta
don't we
get
get
there
there?
to do anything about it. So
Yeah, maybe we
Good
should
thing we're
like
bringing a
vamp there
cleric.
right now. We're bringing a cleric. I like grab his wrist. He's locked down for this trip.
I said I was coming. Please, ow.
Yeah, you are. Come on.
Oh, you have a really strong grip for such a small person.
I'm very intimidating. Let me make a strength check.
are we ready for me to do the abacablam?
Yes, please.
Oh yeah.
I've decided those are
Let's
my
do it.
words for teleport. Abacablam!
Kablam!
What's the roll?
D100.
Well,
geez.
I think the DM rolls it.
Oh, I roll it? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't realize that. Let's see what happens. Oh, on target.
Yay!
So I'm
We
guessing.
just appear in his room.
Yeah, so I'm guessing. So you're going, I guess, to the exact room you saw, because that's what you saw.
Yep.
So yeah,
That's what you can do.
you are immediately poofing, like boom. Like when Val said, "I'm coming right now." There's like, you know, probably 2 or 3 minutes, and then poof, the whole party plus Rufus are just there.
I don't know if we gave him enough warning that we were coming, but we gave him a little warning.
There's definitely an immediate, like, there's the bamf, and then there's an immediate, like, like in shock of like how fast and how.
Hello, Rufus. Rufus, this is Ildan. Ildan, this is Rufus. Fix him before my parents find out.
Okay, I need to. Perhaps we should find out what happened.
Hey, Ildan, what happened, baby brother?
It feel like
Also, are you okay?
Yes, thank you. You're being so confrontational, and I'm here transformed into a beast, and you're just being very sassy about it.
It was one day.
Would you like a peppermint?
I guess I don't know what that would do for me.
Right.
Refreshing, thank you. Well, anyways,
No, that's
I'm-
not right.
it's weird. I feel like, you know, all my insides and outsides were changed, and I normally am not so hairy and beast-like.
I thought you looked different.
I look very different.
Yeah, that's
My eye color is still red, but everything else is so different.
that seems like a big ordeal you got there, but I'm sure there's professionals that handle this sort of thing. Well, we best get going now. We got a Mojon City to get to.
Charlie, I feel like we definitely ought to help the boy.
Oh, I just assumed that the doctors knew what they were doing. Did they not know how to handle this?
I feel like if they did, he would already.
Parties when they have pending test results.
I feel like if they did, Charlie, they might already have done it. Let me go ask. Why don't you all?
Oh gosh, so this is like really serious.
It's lycanthropy, Charlie. It's never not serious. You all seem to be taking it strangely lightly. I'm going to go speak to the attending nurse, and Rufus will.
Well, I don't know. You just hear about it in the stories. I just assume that somebody knew how to deal with this.
Those stories were always case
No,
by
this-
case.
Brown's gonna hold the gauntlet over him and cast Detect Magic to see if he can get a read on what's affecting him right now.
Well, he definitely lights up.
Do I learn any more information?
Yeah, because you can learn the school with that spell, and it would be transmutation.
Do I get any special vibes from it?
Did somebody
Does it seem like a
polymorph
pretty-
my brother into a wolf boy?
The duration you since present. action. Learn at school. I mean, just based on the nature of the spell, you know that it's transmutation. So, like, and I mean, you know, obviously this is not what he looked like. So he was obviously transformed into this form.
Well, good job, Bon. I'm sure the doctors could not have figured out that he was suffering but with transmutation magic.
Hey, give me a break. I'm new at this still.
Okay.
But I don't know. He seems like a powerful cleric. He can figure out what's going on. He's probably one of the best in the land.
We would hope.
What exactly led you to looking like this?
Were you bitten?
Well,
Did you walk into a thing and it was just like shoof?
as you know,
Did you not wash your hands after coming in from outside?
Was this like a
It's very
bestiality
important.
thing?
You
Wait, are
feel
you a
the
furry? Are you a furry?
I don't know what that means.
This is his persona.
I well,
If this is a kink thing, then like you can say that.
as
this
my
is a safe
sister
space.
knows, we've been investigating a werewolf problem. We had just one more house to search, and when we left to go search for it, on the way there, we finally saw the werewolf because it attacked us. And it did not look like me. It was way bigger and had way more muscles and things like this. And it attacked us, and apparently I'm the only one that survived, although I didn't even think I survived because I'm pretty sure it like bit me a bunch and I died, and then I find myself here looking like this, and that's very upsetting.
Guys, he's gotta be a clone, like the last woman who like died but didn't die. It's gotta be a clone.
I don't think so.
It's like a wolf clone.
No,
The
because
curse
like
kept him alive.
I mean, we've all heard the stories of how this happens, right? A wolf eats you whole, and then it poops you out, and then you get fur, and you turn into one.
Also, it protects
That-
your grandmother.
I was
Is that the
definitely not pooped out.
Is this not the... You just hear a lot of stories about these things, you know, it's hard to say. Sometimes the
happened
bard is
to-
drunk, I don't know.
What happened to the wolf that attacked you?
Well, we couldn't bring it down, so I don't know. You know,
It just took off?
Mayor Twin has asked us to take care of the problem, and clearly we were not good enough to do that.
What kind of leads did you have on this wolf before you finally caught up with it?
Well, we were using process of elimination. You know, check to see if anybody... There have been stories about seeing one around town, but it wasn't really normally attacking people. We were just looking into it. As far as we know, this attack on us was the first time it actually happened.
So it probably felt cornered, and then it reacted.
I guess, like I said, there was only
Potentially.
one last person we needed to talk to, and we didn't get to do that because on the way to her hut, we got attacked ourselves.
Who was this person?
Well, she lives on the outside of town. Her name is Belva. Belva, what was it? Morngard.
Well, maybe if she
Sid,
was
you should
more
be
on
making that
guard,
face
then
because
she
that
wouldn't.
last name is important. I want to give Sid a moment to to get her eureka.
Hold on. Hold on. On beer! Morngard.
The-
It is...
The guy with the wolf necklace?
Yeah, who is like, no, we're absolutely not werewolves, which I thought was gonna be... which I thought was going to be super, super cool, and I was gonna be like, oh, okay, you could turn me into a werewolf or something, but now he's looking...
Val, how
That
long
guy-
have you been trying to join a cult?
I mean, I got nothing else going on, you know? It's 2020. What am I supposed to do? I can maybe send to Anvir and see if he knows her.
Or is them? Person working with them?
Yeah. Maybe he decided to go the route of werewolf after I suggested it, and he was like, "That she's right. That is a little cooler."
I remember a rumor that if someone's a werewolf and you kill the werewolf that infected them, then the curse ends in that person. Is that
I've
true?
heard that one.
I've heard that one, and I guess it'd be pretty obvious if it worked, huh?
I thought that was vampires.
I've also
might be
heard
a
that
twofer.
for vampires.
Oh, vampires are just made up. Not like werewolves.
also-
Those are real.
I've also heard that like a stake to the heart, takes care of like a lichen, but also like what does that not take care of? You know,
Please do not.
That takes
speak
care of
to
most
her.
things.
that takes care of a lot of things. To be fair,
Oh, I thought they like to
It's
eat
like when they say
steaks.
that.
I like to eat steak.
It's like when they say its
What about
weakness is
the-
fire.
Yeah.
You know what else's weakness
Mine
is
is
fire?
too.
Everything.
You know, I'm going
Not
to.
magma bears.
What is that real? Sydney
Oh,
wants to know.
Are you,
Is that a
are you
thing?
talking like the little water bear things?
Tardigrade?
No, I'm
The
talking about
tardigrades.
talking about magma bears.
You've been reading too much.
I would like to use my last third level spell. Of the
Already?
day. I
Oh, right, 'cause
sent
you were
two
sending.
to Ildon because I was panicking.
Right.
Oh, I also have a little like 3D rowboat full of Totoros over here, guys. It's pretty wicked. Anyway, yeah, I would like to send to Anvir, Morngard, and be like, "Hey, boss,
Oh.
let's go. Do you know, strictly out of curiosity, hey, how are you doing? Do you know a Belva, Morngard?
Let me I don't think you're gonna get an answer back.
What do you mean you don't think I'm gonna get an answer back?
I don't think he's going to reply.
Is he pooping?
When does that ever stop somebody from sending back?
But yeah, I don't think you're gonna get a
That's
reply.
peak send back hours because you know they're playing on their phone.
Maybe he's waiting for his nights and weekends minutes to kick in.
Anvir, I swear to Torm and to Squellicky and to like all the other gods that I'm kind of familiar with. I swear. Okay, so Anvir isn't answering his phone right now.
It's a phone.
Oh, I just like imagine like, you know, hello, like just something to like speak into so you're not like just talking to thin air like a crazy person.
You mean like a sending stone?
Yeah, kinda, yeah, actually. I call it like a sending phone. Anyway, yeah, he's not answering. So
Maybe he's not on this plane right now.
Or it could be dead.
or he could be dead. I don't know. The DM was just like, I don't think he's gonna reply.
Yeah, I mean they don't have to. Nothing makes them
No,
reply.
they don't have to. Except for
Are you
sheer
not often left on red?
Actually, a lot of the times they answer. I mean,
Scene.
Spither replies like all the time, even if it's just a like ding.
I think sending is just left on heard.
Yes.
Guys, do I want to utilize 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 higher level spell slots to keep bothering Anvir?
Maybe one.
Well,
Maybe one,
Well,
and you
what-
threaten to keep on messaging, but then don't actually.
we should check in with the cleric, see if our ride to the flying city is in the works. But in the meantime, we can at least investigate where that werewolf was spotted, because that means it's still on the loose. It can still terrorize people.
Yeah. brother, do you have like just like I don't know, like a scrap of fabric that was bought with you that night or anything that I can take with me?
What do you mean? Like from the beast?
Like from you, because I can only assume that it knows what it was doing with you, correct? And like it's a dog, so like I don't know, do you smell really well? So like maybe smelling like you and it being like, hey, I totally turned that kid into a thing. Like maybe it could help
Oh,
draw it out.
I see. Well, my guard armor is probably in my room still.
Because it's kind of like your new daddy or something.
What?
I don't know, didn't it like make you?
What's with this dad talk though? That's weird.
Isn't that he's like your werewolf dad or something?
I I I have
Must be
only
nice
one
to have
dad,
your
and
dad. I'll
he's
see you later.
our only dad is our dad. Um, y- his stuff's probably just like in his room if you wanted to like collect
um,
that.
yeah, just like some fabric or whoa, I got super. There we go. Um, yeah, just like maybe his cloak or something. Just
Yeah,
something
you could
that
gather
has
that
him
if
on
you
it.
wanted to.
Probably won't work the way I want it to, but
You can certainly grab it.
I do.
It's just elsewhere, like here in the barracks. At some point, yeah, you could also catch up with Rufus, who's just, well, considering we don't really know how your brother was turned, I'm not really sure how to undo this, but I could.
He said he was bitten multiple times, like all over the place. If that helps anything at all.
I see. I can examine him further, perhaps, if you all want to follow. He points to like you holding the cloak or whatever lead it seems you're chasing at the moment.
I can confirm that he has been magically transfigured, so don't need to waste your time with that.
Great. I got that by looking at him, but thank you, Mr. Hamstrung. Don't worry, magic can do a lot more than state the obvious.
That was a pretty
Okay,
sick burn.
that's fair.
Need healing or anything, Mr. Braun.
Anyways,
Took some damage
Fine.
there.
we'll make sure that Allison's brother's taken care of, and then we'll be on our way to High Peak. Yes, I can't leave somebody unhealed if it's within my power to help.
I mean, you know, you can leave him to struggle. I mean, not really though. Please don't. I like him a lot. He's my little brother, and I was checking on him like almost every day, being like, "Hey, how's the werewolf problem?" He was like, "Oh, you know, girl, it's fine." And then like the one time that I was almost murdered by my dad and other wizards, he was not fine.
Is he in pain or is he just in a different form?
It's kind of just like a weird feeling, like he just feels like something is just off and not right, not feeling like himself. Obviously.
He has now.
Well,
has
shit, kid,
his
come on
great
with
leg.
us.
Eldon can come with us and fight. Wait, no, because then I have to protect my brother, and if he dies in battle here, I'm gonna feel guilty forever.
I'm just saying, it's a lot easier to track a werewolf if you have a werewolf. They got the keen senses and all.
Yeah, played that campaign. Fuck you guys.
if you ask him that, he would just reply with like, "I really would rather not do that. This is not.
Bet you'll never find me. Oh, I used keen senses. I found it. Damn it.
This is not what I want to
That's
look
exactly
like
how that went.
or feel like. I would rather I just stay here and see if your friend Rufus can help."
Well, fine. Wait for other people to solve their problems. All right, guys, let's go.
I feel like I'm being very attacked here by people who I would hope would help.
We are helping. You're not helping yourself. Get your life together.
I'm like a kid.
Brown's gonna pull Rufus aside for a second. Listen, Rufus, I know sometimes werewolves are different, and he seems normal right now, but isn't there like a blood frenzy we need to be worried about? Like, is he a danger to others?
Perhaps when the evenings roll around, I'm not sure. I could inquire about safety restraints if that's necessary. The thing that is odd to me is that it's the middle of the day and he still looks like this.
Right. So it's like a permanent thing?
And if that's the case, it's going to take a lot more to undo it.
Maybe it was like a fae that did it.
This isn't just some curse you can snap away or anything like that.
Most aren't necessarily like that, but I can certainly try some of the more powerful magics at my disposal.
Can you lay on hugs?
Well, that's
Doesn't that take away disease?
disease, yes, but this isn't necessarily something viral or in the bloodstream if I had to wager a guess.
It's a curse.
Yes. You're magical, young Charlie. You must know that curses are sort of a case-by-case thing.
Charlie's gonna study on that and see if he could learn remove curse by the time he wakes up the next day.
How often can a sorcerer change their stuff?
Well, it depends on if you want to go by those variant rules or not, because they changed it from... They give you the option of it's after a long rest instead of after leveling up. But we don't have to do that if you don't want to.
Gotcha. I mean, we've been... your mic's buzzing again, by the way, or whatever's going on.
God damn.
Whatever that
Wait.
feedback loop is. It just got louder.
I think it's just me touching my phone while having headphones on is crazy.
Really? It's making like a...
Yeah, it's like there's just a current going through me into the headphone or something.
That... Interesting. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. That's weird. Huh.
Is it gone now? Or
Yes.
at least mostly gone?
Yeah. And now it's back.
It's me
Yeah.
touching my phone while
That's
it's
so
plugged
weird.
into a charger.
That's so...
All
wow.
I'm doing is touching my phone while
You're
it's plugged
literally
in. That's it.
conducting a current like up through your microphone when you do that. Wow.
That's concerning.
wow. Okay. I mean, we've been using those rules anyway, haven't we?
Yeah.
Like, I can't disqualify. I can't like suddenly say no to that. You know.
I mean, I'd accept it if you're like, it might be game breaking. I don't even know if he can learn remove curse as a sorcerer.
Yeah, I don't know, but like it's
He might not.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but it's also not on the list of or it's not on those list of like banned spells for the campaign. So like if you could, but I don't know if Charlie's capable.
I don't even think it's a sorcerer spell, to
Yeah,
be
it might
honest.
just be.
I don't think it is either.
It's a cleric pally thing.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
anyway, where's what's the move while Rufus stays here to do his thing?
Well, does Rufus know... what's the word on getting us up to the Cloud City?
I think basically he's happy to take you to High Peak, but wants to just make sure that Val's brother's taken care of first.
Okay, we're
'Cause
not
since you
there
can-
in High
yeah,
Peak, right?
you
We're somewhere
yeah,
nearby.
you're in the neighboring. Yeah, so like I said, you guys kind of jumped ahead a bit with how you did things, which is fine. It just puts your knowledge a little out of order. You are here in Feathernest, and then High Peak up here is where you were going to get that transportation.
Well, Hazard, you're a tracker, aren't you? Is there something you can do to try and find this thing?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to examine the feet to kind of try to match tracks. Similar.
You're gonna
track.
examine her brother's feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So knowing
You
that,
perv.
knowing the, knowing that it was a beefier, bigger werewolf,
Mm-hmm.
I'll take that into account. But just to kind of get the general vibe of it,
Okay.
and then figure out where this happened, so we can kind of go investigate the scene.
Okay. So you can do that, and then if you want to just go like to the hut that they were checking out, like that's something you can totally do.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so you leave, and now you actually get the proper like wide shot view of this town,
It's
which is
pretty.
yeah, which is like it's very it's kind of like your like quaint little like mountainside village.
I want to
It's-
go there
It's basically
and
like
eat mushrooms.
it's basically like the city on the mountain is where like most of the Aarakocra live, and you know they're flying around the cliffs and stuff like that. Whereas this one is for like the ones who are kind of just like over it. They're like, I don't need to live some like amazing bird life. Like I'll just
They're
chill.
retired.
Yeah, like I'll just chill down here and be happy. Like that's good enough for me, basically.
Ah, I want to go roll in the grass with bird people.
So yeah, that's basically the vibe here. The one other thing that's interesting, give me perception checks.
No, I might actually have advantage because of the
It's gonna be a pretty low one, so like.
eyes of the eagle.
Ooh,
Ooh. Charlie never gets those.
nice. So Charlie and Braun already. Yeah, so
Okay,
everybody.
so yeah, I'll take that
Iron-
22.
Okay, yeah. So everybody, like, you're all kind of scanning, and you're like, oh, quaint little mountainside village, and then like your eyes, and then you're looking, and then your eyes immediately go up, because the one thing that seems maybe slightly out of place is that sort of overlooking this little village is the fancy like manor on the cliff overlooking the village.
Hmm.
How high up?
Not particularly high. Like you just take a path to walk up there.
But is it like 100 feet up, a mile up? Like,
Maybe like 100, but it's like.
okay.
Yeah, it's your like you know, like quaint little town, and then like for some reason fancy house on the hill.
Got it.
Overlooking the town.
Wonder if that's the mayor.
I start flying up.
Okay, you're just gonna go, like flying up to observe, or you're going up to that manor.
Mainly just to get a closer look. I'll fly back down after
Okay.
done, but I'm gonna keep my fly spell going.
Okay. You can go up and give me another perception roll, then Richard. Just you specifically.
Can I just count that as my 20?
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is
I guess
why
you just count that as your 20. You as you go up, you know, they said that they'd kind of checked every house and while investigating this werewolf issue. And so like you as like you're like you got to go kind of pretty high, but when you get high enough, if you look kind of you'd end up looking east, more toward like if I go back to the map here, more toward kind of where like this lake is. Then you would see that there is one other hut that's like way far off from all the others, closer to that lake. Like it's closer to the lake than it is to other houses.
Hey guys, there's a house that maybe they didn't get to.
And when Hazard was asking about tracking, Ildon would have told him that like Belva's hut, the last one they needed to check was that one nearer to the lake.
Let's scope it out.
Holy shit.
Follow me, and I'm gonna fly over in the direction, and people can follow me.
Okay.
Do you
Everyone's-
fly
I'm
at
gonna
full
put
speed?
on, Yeah, do you fly full speed?
No, I fly at a walking speed.
Does fly give you fly speed,
Thought you
or
were
does
gonna,
it
like-
just match your walking speed?
I think it gives you like 50 or 60 feet.
Nice. Okay. So
Because you could
eventually
just like blast off, and we're like, all right, we'll get there when we get there, I guess.
Gotcha.
No, he's guiding. It gives you a flying speed of 60 feet.
Damn.
That's awesome.
But this
So-
only lasts for up to 10 minutes anyway, so eventually he'll come back down with everybody. I assume it'll take more than 10 minutes to get there.
Yeah, because it's like a mile or so away. Like it's well, it's roughly. Let me see here. Like if we want the real numbers, it's probably it's like midway between the town and the lake. So like, probably it's about 3 miles.
Okay.
So yeah, if you're landing to walk,
Well,
it will have worn off by the time you get there.
yeah, okay.
But you do eventually get to this lone house by the lake.
I'll start scanning for prints and stuff.
Okay.
Signs of wolfies. Oh,
You don't see much, but you also, the one thing you do notice, Hazard, is that it seems like like maybe there was like a morning rain or something, because like whatever the terrain was the previous night or whenever this attack happened now seems to have been like altered by nature. Like there were tracks, but like they may have just been like washed away in a rain, or like, you know, a mud would have erased them.
Gotcha.
It would be super dope if we had somebody with a super good sniffer.
I take out my Pokeball and bring out Eve.
I forgot about
Hmm.
Okay.
your Pokemon.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you were doing like a hint, nudge, nudge, like, oh man,
Oh,
would
no,
sure
I
be great if we
totally-
had this.
I totally spaced on the Pokemon.
She does have keen senses.
No, I think she was shaming her brother for not coming and helping.
Also, maybe
Yeah,
that,
that
a little
too.
So she does have keen senses. So if you wanna go for that, you certainly can make the roll.
I
Alrighty,
will
gotta do
give
that.
Eve, pops
Eve
out of the Pokeball.
guidance as well. So you can take an extra
Keen smell
D4.
Perception +3 with advantage.
And sorry, what did you
Plus
say you were
3
doing
with
again,
it.
Ryan?
I was giving guidance, so an extra D4.
Gotcha. Okay, so
It
we
rolled
got
off.
Okay, so that's a 18.
18. Okay. So you so Eve is kind of like sniffing around, and then kind of moves over to like this well, and then is kind of like sniffing all around it, and then kind of like looks over at Charlie like, I mean, there's definitely stuff all around this well, but I don't know where it goes from here.
Yeah, guys, I think I might cast Fly one more time and fly on down there and see if I see anything.
The well is full of water.
All right, be safe.
Oh. I need to open up that sheet again. Does Eve have a swim speed?
I bet she does.
It's not on there.
If not, then I mean, she definitely should, so we can equate it to her walk speed.
She got a swim speed of 40 feet.
Yeah.
Why don't you go down there?
It's
And
like as the water one, she should have one for sure.
why don't you go on down there and report back up?
Okay. She's gonna swim down, and she's gonna come back up, and she's gonna have with her, actually like one piece of like a city watchman's like armor, like maybe like a shoulder, pauldron or something, but just like one piece that she brings up and like drops off in front of you. And it's gonna be like kind of blood-stained.
I don't have any kind of magic that lets me talk with her. I want more information, but I don't have anything. Val, do you have anything?
Well, I have. It's almost like you're giving me a hint there. I have the helmet, but I don't know if she can understand me very well.
Yeah, she's a beast, so I don't think the helmet's gonna work. I was wondering if you had. That was not a hint. That was more of a like, you're the only other highly magical person here who has lots of like, ooh, I have this spell too.
I'm gonna
I
jump into the
have-
well.
Oh, there he goes.
Okay.
Yeah, big breath.
Well, there's more than one way to skin a dog.
Jump. Wow.
Remember that.
Jesus.
Oh wow.
You don't talk to me that way.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So what do I find in the underwaters?
I don't have a picture for you, but you find bunch of guard
Bunch of
corpses.
dead bodies.
Yep.
Bunch of dead bodies.
And mostly
Yeah,
like completely consumed, like most of the meat like cleaned off their bones.
That's wild. Do they have any like badges or dog tags or anything like that?
They have similar markings to what Ildon had on his armor because they're part of the same watch group. You know, they're part of the same city watch.
Mhm.
Yep. Sid, you missed it. When Hazard dove in, he found a bunch of city watchman corpses at the bottom of the well, and most of the meat's picked off their bones.
So
Ooh.
out of the well, the grappling hook like zoom, click, and I'm gonna start hauling the bodies out of the drinking water
Okay.
and like kind of zip up, chuck one over, back down.
Yeah, there's probably like half a dozen of them.
Woo! All right. Well, I'll keep going till they're gone.
Okay. Yeah. If
You
you
want
wanna-
to give these guys a proper burial?
Suppose, but we should look for some kind of identification first, if there's a badge or anything like that.
They have markings of the same squad or same unit, whatever.
Does this look like the same unit as what your brother was a part of, Val?
I don't know, is it?
Yeah, it's because you took the cloak or whatever from Ildon's room, and you would see that it is part of the same unit. And this isn't particularly.
Knock on that door.
Feathernest isn't a super big town, so like this is probably like half of the cops in the city are dead as a result of this. Like they're like half a dozen plus your brother is easily like half of the force here because it's just a small town.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the
Knock on
problem
that
we're trying to
door now.
fix?
Is there a main character Kun in the area that's murdered all these guards?
Fair enough, Richard. I'm sorry. What did you ask, Ryan?
I just said, did someone just do a save reload in the area and just murdered a bunch of guards?
Someone's dialogue
quick
option
save?
failed, so they just
Yeah.
I've got an idea. If you guys knock on the door and keep them busy, I'll pop up through that window up there, and take a look around, and then I'll creep up behind them. We can flank them and take them down. Just play stupid or
Wait,
something.
do we know that these people even know that these bodies are here?
Well, you can ask. I'll be digging around. What do you think?
I have a brain freeze.
Let's just see who lives here
cold
first.
damage. I think Sid said Val was
Oh.
going
Before
to
we
knock on
get-
the door anyway.
Okay.
Well, I am going to keep out of sight, so if
Okay.
I hear something I don't like, I can zip up there.
Sure, roll me a stealth.
Charlie's gonna go invisible and play off what Hazard's putting down.
Ooh.
Okay.
Before knocking, though, I want to cast Detect Thoughts.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
And I would like to use it as a sensing how many people are in the house.
Cool. I forgot how cool the thing that you can do that with it. That is a cool thing.
And it's
Very
like
mind
30
flayer of you.
so it's-
Okay, so it's 30 feet. You don't detect anything in the house.
Hmm.
Fucking wasted spells over here. Nobody's there. Nobody is there.
Well, that's true. It just means that you don't sense any thoughts there.
Maybe they're Republican.
I was gonna go with blonde, but yeah.
Or my parents. Let me go and knock. Still.
Andrew
anyway.
picked up what I was putting down.
Sid, you knock and you wait, and there is no answer.
Hey, Centaur PD, open up. And then knock some more.
And there's no response.
I even pull out my police badge and I like wave it at the door.
Centaur PD. You get nothing. No response.
This thing is useless.
I'm gonna zip line up
Open
to
it.
this here window thingy.
Val,
Check it
is,
out.
if you attempt to open it, it is locked.
Ah! It's almost like they're not home for the day. So stupid.
Also, when you say Centaur PD, I imagine that the officer, what's his name from Onward.
Mm-hmm.
Hazard,
Absolutely.
you're like peeking in through that window.
I'm gonna try and open it.
Okay. I mean, like the door, it is locked, so you'll need to.
I'll bust out my
finesse it some
crowbar.
way. Okay. Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah. I
whatever-
unfortunately do not have lockpicks.
Okay. But crowbar is it advantage on sleight of hand to open things? Is that what it does?
That would be
It's
advantage
an advantage on athletics,
Athletics.
to break
pry
it
it
open.
open.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, give me that roll. Yeah, you're definitely able to pop it open.
Cool.
You slide on in.
Yeah. Gonna check out the room.
Okay.
And I'm gonna roll an investigation. Anything that would indicate like furry business. Anything to like lock themselves up when it's like, you know, when it's that time of the month.
You do not detect any furry business. Yeah, you don't detect anything like that. If that's what you're looking for, you do not find anything like that.
Okay. What am I seeing?
What you are finding is like, so there's kind of this big chest here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your eyes are definitely drawn to that. And if you were to open it up, you know, refrigerators don't exist in this world. But prior to fridges, you know, obviously we like salted and cured our meats to keep them preserved. So when you open it, this is like a giant freaking chest just like full of salt.
Huh. I'll dig through it a little bit. Do I smell anything?
You don't. It seems to just literally be a chest full of salt.
If I like take my sword and kind of stab through there, feel around.
Yeah, literally a chest of salt. You do not connect with anything that you might be thinking. You might, you know, there's no meat there.
I'm gonna take a fistful of salt and put it in my pocket.
Okay.
And then I will close it, and I'll creep downstairs and unlock the front door.
Okay. Yeah, and you can let other people in.
Hi, are you selling cookies? I'll take 3 boxes of cookies, please.
Brown's just going to pass right through him, just like
Please
not
come
even
in.
dignify it.
I put on some tea.
Looking around, does it seem like there's been any recent activity here?
Yeah, it seems like a pretty lived-in place. Yeah, it's not like covered in dust or anything like that. Like, it seems like this is a house someone lives in.
So we're just straight up
Any
entering right now.
Yes.
Any signs of like really recent activity, like any candles lit or food left out on a table, anything like that?
If you want to roll me an investigation, go for it. You can roll another if you want for me, Andrew, or I can just go off your 14, whichever you prefer.
I'll roll a new one since I'm
Okay.
seeing the rest of the house. And I can do better than 14. Like 10.
Can you? I mean, Charlie, yeah, you would find like recently lit candles or like recently lit fireplace. Braun doesn't know. Braun's too disturbed by performing a B&E that he can't adequately investigate.
Need a permit.
But while Braun's like having his identity crisis about committing a crime, the rest of you, yeah, you'll find signs of like the fireplace was fairly recently used, candles were fairly recently lit. Excuse me. The one thing that is most interesting is you find in like the wherever somebody would be like washing their utensils, like wherever the wash basin is there's a whole bunch of like butchering gear sitting in that like water, in that like sudsy water.
So by recently fires lit, what do you mean by that? Within the past hour? Within the past day? Like
Within, I'd say like a day or two.
okay, so not too recent.
Yeah, it's not like they're not like still smoking or anything like that, but it's clear like, you know, from the wick or from the ashes, you know, whatever, you can tell it's been pretty recently used. Like yeah, like I said, within a day or two.
Is there a basement?
There is not.
Is there a secret basement?
That's my question too.
There is not.
Is there a cellar?
There is not. Nor
Is
there.
Is there a pizza parlor?
You know, funny
Murder chamber?
No.
Is there a brick oven?
No. There's not a brick oven. There's definitely like a you know, kitchen stuff to like cook up meat though. Like, you know,
Yeah,
you
Is
go
kinda
there
check
like
jump
a
out
in there.
the stew
diary
pot.
anywhere that's like, dear diary, I just like butchered a small human child, and I loved it, and I ate every bit of him, and I used this giant thing of salt to cure the meat.
Can you roll me another investigation if you're looking for something like that, Sid?
I absolutely will.
And what
'Cause
did you
that's
say
how
you're
I
checking
would
out,
document
Andrew?
my butchery.
Oh, like just the stew stuff, stew pot.
Okay.
After you're done with that hazard, do you think you could go out and see if there's any like recent footprints that like maybe somebody was on the move away from the house?
We could, but the rain looks like it washed away a lot of stuff. I'll give
Damn.
it another shot.
Like their sins.
All right, so 24 said, yeah, you do find if you're poking around, like, yeah, like probably up here near the chest, you would find a little thing, and what you find is like, it almost reads like a ledger, like it's like, you know, it's marked as recently as like, it's marked as recently as I'm gonna say probably about a week ago, and it's gonna like the most recent entry will be like, 4 rabbits, 2 quail, and then like the one before it was gonna say like, 1 boar. 3 rabbits. Like it's like a list of varying numbers of animals.
I kind of want to use a 4th level spell slot to send to Anvir and be like, hey buddy, is your sister a cannibal? But
Andrew, can you roll me another one since you're investigating the
also they're bird people though. So it'd be like chicken every night.
you're fairly confident as you examine it, Andrew, that like whatever like blood stains or whatever that are on the like butchering utensils are not human blood.
We might be at the wrong place.
So that just leaves like 20 different races though.
That's true.
Well, this was the place that they didn't get to check out, but not necessarily where they would be.
Right.
Why are all those bones in the well?
I mean, it would make sense that the killer not dump the things on their property in their water supply.
That's true, but maybe that's what they want you to think.
Is this is not an abandoned place? This someone lives here, right? Someone in town lives here, like the butcher, possibly.
Absolutely. Honestly, I'm very surprised they haven't shown up at here and been like, "Hi." So.
Can we go where
I mean,
the
to be
attack
fair,
happened?
you did just leave a bunch of the stuff. You did just leave a bunch of corpses on their lawn. So if they walked home, they probably saw that and were like, "Uh-oh."
Did you hear what the DM just said, Braun Hemstrong?
Well, I mean, we haven't
Was
heard
no,
it.
was
Not
nobody
what-
just waiting
like,
outside for somebody to roll up? We should have done that.
I mean, you can call these corpses in to your brother, who's a part of now half the police force that's alive here.
He is half the police force.
He is not half, but about half are now gone.
Baby.
After this
No,
incident.
He's
a
one of them.
werewolf now. He's like half of them.
He counts as 2 because now he's got wolf powers.
Actually, maybe message Rufus this, that we found a bunch of corpses.
Okay.
Your brother's been through a
Level
lot.
4. He has, and we've kind of busted his balls a little bit. Level 4 spell slot for sending to Rufus.
I'm sure your brother will be very happy to know we found his buddies.
We found a whole lot of bones and like some guard armor in a well over here. How you doing?
Studying your brother for more information. I will report the bodies. Seems like you found the rest of the squad. Perhaps keep watch for homeowner.
Rufus is so smug. Have
I-
you guys ever noticed how smug Rufus is? He's like,
I never
"Yeah,
stopped
I'm
being
taking care of it."
invisible, so
Um,
I'm just gonna stand watch.
Okay.
maybe you guys should keep watch outside. Is nobody keeping watch outside? We totally know to do that,
That's
right?
what Richard said a second ago.
Yeah.
I am keeping watch outside.
Yeah,
Okay.
see, like, thanks, Rufus. We got these, buddy. Psh, psh.
Yeah, I'm gonna go scout the perimeter, be sneaky about it, and find a nice spot where I can kind of do some surveillance.
Okay. And what about Sid and Ryan? What are you guys up to?
How you doing,
Well, we
buddy?
should definitely go to the old place where
Oh, okay. You
your
want
brother
to go
was
to
attacked.
Yeah, okay.
That was like that was like out front of this place basically.
Oh, this is where it was. I thought he checked everywhere except that
No,
place.
they were basically they were on the way to check this place, and it happened on their way here.
Gotcha. So it's someone in town. We should find out who lives here.
Yeah.
I think
You know,
it's that
and ask them some
Prima
questions.
lady, the Mournguard person. And
yeah.
when I talked to Anvir, you just didn't answer, so he's either dead or he's avoiding my questions. Both wouldn't surprise me. Either one, actually.
Yeah. The name you were given for the person who owns this hut is Belva Mourngard.
Elva, not Brava.
And you can't send to them based on a name. You have to have met them.
I mean, I can try. Because I know of them, but I don't know them.
I
They got
mean,
their
you can
little
see that
weird
they have a live,
pictures.
laugh, love poster. I feel like we know them.
They have no taste. Yeah, I
You
could.
maybe I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the art to see if that's actually in the picture somewhere. And like that would be weird if it was actually in the picture.
No, but it is there now.
Yeah, I can try. I mean, for the hells of it.
Okay. Yeah. If you want to do that, Sid, go for it.
Yeah, sure. I'll waste another 4th level spell slot. Casting sending. Hello. This is Valison. Leaving a message for Belva. Regarding your your vehicle's extended warranty. And if you could give me a call back, is this you? We're at your house. Hello.
Okay, so we're gonna do like some kind of like cross-cutting action here. Give me one moment to do something. Just fix something.
Unrelated. Extended warranty questions.
So outside. Oh, is Eve still around, or did you put her back in the Pokeball?
I guess I put her back in the Pokeball when I went invisible.
Okay. She still played a useful role though in this investigation. Okay, so Hazard, you are like you said, you were kind of scanning the perimeter, and so as you're scanning it, so it's funny. Your perception roll was enough for this person's stealth roll, and her perception roll was enough to beat your stealth roll. so like as she approaches, you both see each other. So kind of like in the woods, you both notice at the same time somebody like staring out kind of like from behind a tree, and then just like emotion, like you both kind of like lock eyes and notice each other. And when that happens, as Val is sending the message, you kind of just see this person like touch her hand to her temple like in confusion, and then is just going to turn and start bolting off into the woods.
I'm going to cast Fog Cloud in front of her and hope she trips onto her face.
What is the range on Fog Cloud?
120 feet.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, I mean now, but you also can't see.
No, it's like
what's happening.
Kind of. So she's running into it, kind of putting it.
Right. But I'm saying once she passes through that, you cannot see what's going on.
Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grapple hook up to a tree where I can kind of see above and around it, and kind of listen for like her falling down.
Okay. You can roll me that perception if you want, and keep in mind, like these are also like these are woods. Like it's not like you don't have a clear line of sight terribly far, because they are like some dense woods. You, I'm not gonna say that you hear like a fall, like a grunt from a fall, but you do hear like what sounds like instead of like running, like, because you know it would be like branch breaking like really quickly. You do hear that like slow down and it becoming like a more methodical like pushing things aside kind of sounds.
Gotcha. So she's trying to feel her way around.
Yeah.
So she doesn't.
I'm gonna cast fly again and just fly into that
Into the fog cloud.
60 feet, just like Superman into there,
Okay.
and try to catch up to her real quick.
Okay. Since you're going right into a fog cloud, I guess a dex save because you're just flying blind into an obscure thing.
Okay.
Because like if you went through and like a tree was immediately on the other side, you'd need to dodge it, you know?
Okay. Damn, so close to that nat 20.
I don't think you hit a tree, but you definitely have to like you're flying. But as soon as you pass through that fog cloud, you are now in those same dense woods. So you definitely have to like hit the brakes real quick so that you don't slam into a tree like as soon as you enter.
Okay.
But like I said again, like fog cloud is an obscured area. So like if you're trying to spot her in this, you're gonna have to roll for that. You both will.
Okay.
And also keep in mind the other two are still like in the house.
Did she never answer me?
No.
In that case, I'm gonna launch like another 4th level spell slot, but this time it's gonna be at Spitter, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, are you there? Is this thing even working anymore?"
The response you get is like, "I'm always here, and I'm waiting."
Well, so it is working. What's up with the Morn guard? I don't understand. It's like they're immune or something, or they're just broody and they don't want to reply to me. Also, guys, I'm at a 3rd and 4th level spell slots.
Hazard, give
Well
me
used.
your perception roll to peer through the fog cloud.
I mean, I know I'm not going to see. Oh, that 24 was to kind of like listen in and kind of gauge off of that.
So in that case, I guess Charlie, with yours, you will eventually like if you're trying to like weave through this and catch up to her, as you reach the other side of the cloud on the other side of the woods, with that roll, you will see her like still a fair distance ahead of you, just running toward what is basically the direction of the lake. And you would see that like
What is a fair distance?
I mean, she was pretty far from the house. Like, she's probably like 100 feet to start, and then you can fly at 60, but you got slowed down. So I'm just gonna say like maybe you couldn't have dashed that 60. So
I could have dashed anyway because I cast the spell.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say she's probably about 40 feet ahead of you right now. Headed east toward the lake, and you would also notice that like she is running with a device that you do not recognize, and and kind of like a sack like over her shoulder that she's carrying.
Stop right there, or else I'll shoot.
She's gonna keep running.
I guess hearing
do some-
Charlie yelling,
Gonna do
I'll
some honest damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop the spell and start ziplining through after them.
Okay. Keep in mind,
Good to know that if our teammates were to ever encounter anything, they would tell us right
I was
away.
about to say,
I'll also-
nobody
like half our team wouldn't
nobody's
alert us.
alerted the rest of the people.
I will yell back towards the house. We've got someone in the woods.
Like, could you imagine if they did like 3 or 4 things each and then didn't tell us still? Like, how crazy would that be?
All right, Charlie, you're doing some good honest damage, which that's a real far range, right? Like that's like 120 feet, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. So you can definitely hit her with that if that's your goal. Yeah, you deal that damage.
I said stop it!
She definitely like stumbles a bit from being hit by the magic missile. And she's gonna turn toward you, the source of who just casted this spell. And can you make me a dex save, please, Richard?
Yep.
Oh, right on that peak of that 20.
Ah.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to. Obviously, your token's not up, so we'll have to track this later when it's applicable. But you. Okay. So I remember I said she was carrying a device you don't recognize. So
Yep.
she turns and she aims that toward you, and she pulls like, for players, what would be kind of like a trigger, but obviously Charlie just doesn't know what this thing. And maybe he fails because he's never seen this kind of thing before. But she's gonna pull it. And a lightning strike is going to shoot out of it toward you, Charlie.
Oh
And
boy.
you are going to take 54 lightning damage.
Jesus Christ. 54?
54 lightning damage.
Hey guys, you want to leave her
Okay.
alone? We can just leave and just do this like floating city stuff.
Okay, so even with his mass amount of HP, that was over half his health.
Man, you really do have a lot of HP. Oh, I guess you guys are-
I need to make a con roll, otherwise he's falling out of the air.
Okay. And you can estimate whatever his height would. I would say he's no more than like 20 feet in the air tops, personally. And I don't even know if that's high enough to really hurt anybody.
So, what was it, 54?
54 would be 27, and you did not pass that with 23.
Charlie falls out of the air.
So yeah, I would say, is that fair,
Dude.
Richard? Would you say about 20 feet high? Like, because I don't think, like, you're in the woods, so you wouldn't be, like, soaring, or you wouldn't be able to see anything.
Yeah, an extra 2d6 then.
Yeah, I feel like, is that 20 seem fair? Like, because, like I said, I don't
That
think it would
sounds
too
fine.
much. Okay.
Sounds fair to me.
Okay.
How much more damage do I do?
Yeah. Well, okay. 2, apparently.
Well, okay.
I forgot my icon was...
So I guess he lands on all fours and does like a parkour kind of roll, but still, he's pretty badly hurt.
Yeah. And after she fires that, she's gonna run it off, of course.
I'm gonna
Assuming
run
Charlie's
over.
just gonna stay down.
Assuming we hear the explosions happening now.
Oh, you hear a lightning strike,
Ah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, Hazard did yell at the house too.
Yeah.
Broad will come running out and see that ahead. Val, can you get us over there?
So there's the thing here, because I was also looking at it,
No.
and the dimension door's totally there, right? It's under 4th level conjuration. However, it's not showing up under my 5th, 6th, or 7th level spells. So
I mean-
either it's can't be upcast, or it's just because it just does that, and it's like we're not gonna.
I mean, you can
Show you
always
that-
use a higher slot for a spell, so I guess, like...
Yeah.
Just,
Well, I
just
guess
click-
it's the same with sending, because
Yeah.
sending only shows up in
I
level
just don't
3.
think you get like
any
any
perks for
benefit
it.
to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I will
Yep.
grab Mr. Braun, and we will go that way.
Into the woods. Yeah, you do that. You
Ahead of her.
you jettison into the woods, which I don't have a picture for, but we'll just
When
theater the
when we
mind.
land, can Braun just like clothesline her?
Oh, she's way too far away. Well, how far is Dimension Door?
500 feet.
Are
Fine.
you going? So you're trying to get all the way up to her.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Also, I
Well, hold on
really
a
want
second.
Braun to clothesline her.
Because she was already 100 feet from you. And then... Because like I said, she's... Well, you have to be able to see where you're going, right? Or are you just
Nope.
like... Okay, so you're just
I
going to
could just
yeet in a
go.
direction through a fog cloud into some woods.
No, I dropped the fog cloud
Okay.
when I went to chase
It's
after.
still like,
If you
again,
can
like...
see,
Yeah, like, that's the thing, is it's still like the woods. Like, we all know if you're in the woods, you don't just have line of sight forever. You know, like, it gets cut off
how
pretty
dense is the
quickly.
woods?
I mean, pretty dense. Like, she was hiding in it.
I
arrived
think
at
there's some
exactly
language.
spot
Maybe you
desired.
need to roll like a percentile die to see what are the odds of you like landing in a tree, because I think
Yeah.
there's some language about if you land within an object, you get like a certain amount of force damage, or
Yeah.
you get like knocked out of the
Like, I don't feel
object.
like, because of that, like, I don't feel like you could just instantly get right to her, because, like, I don't think you'd be able to, like, see. Like, there would be enough trees in the way, you know?
Okay, what do you want me to roll?
Okay.
Well, it
Is there
just
nothing
says one you can.
Is there nothing
Says
written
one
in
you
the
can
spell about
visualize or
that?
describe
I mean, because I
by
could be
stating
like into
distance
the
and direction.
woods
Though.
next to a tree. Like I can
Yeah.
do that
Well, I
shenanigans.
guess, like, what would Val's move be? Would she be like, let me just go the max distance into the woods? Or, like, what's the...
Well, I think in general that the intent is never to land inside of something, but you know,
I figured if there was clear line of sight to hit Charlie with a lightning bolt, that there was enough visual awareness to see where she is.
yeah.
Right, but Charlie was only, like, 40 feet from her. You guys have, like, the 100 feet plus the circumference of fog cloud plus that 40 feet. Like, you guys are much
drop
far...
So like
But I'm saying
160.
to measure the
Oh,
distance
gotcha,
of how far they have
gotcha.
gotten since, because all this happened before they called to you. So, like, you're in the house, they're constantly moving further and further in this direction until you even became aware of the situation. You know what I mean? So, like...
I guess we can teleport in the direction of the sound of the lightning.
Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying, is I feel like you would just be, like, hazarding your best guess to be like, it's over here, let's go that way. You know? But, like... but there's nothing in the spell written about, like... Yeah, I guess we would just have to do a percentile die. Okay.
Is how we die.
Let me do
Or you
this.
just get like right over to where Charlie is, or whatever.
Let me do... Yeah, I mean, I would... Yeah, if you could... I'd probably go straight to Charlie if you wanted, but I can also... Let me do this.
Go ahead and roll it.
I'm gonna roll... Not a percentile for you hitting anything. I'm gonna... Okay, so... I would say that gets you roughly 85 feet from her. Like, that's the farthest distance you feel like you could go into the... Like, you could instantly warp and feel like you're not gonna hit something. So... And that would be from the edge of the woods. So, like, yeah. I'd say you're... Yeah. So you're about 85 feet from her. Is what I would say. So you're not shunting into anything, but you're not arriving, like, right next to her.
Do I see her?
Yeah, I'd say you can see her. You're gonna get close enough that you can see
Can I
her, but
force cage her?
what's the range on force cage?
100 feet.
Yeah, she's within that. If that's what you want to do.
Hey, we've spent this many spell slots so far.
I mean, the worst you can do is save, which here we go.
Yeah, I don't know how.
yeah,
I
go
don't
for
know how this spell works. Is it just a save thing?
Mhm.
Okay. What
It's a charisma.
charisma? Interesting. All right. She has an 18. What is your DC?
18, so that does fuck all.
Okay. So exactly matches. Okay, so it's just a total fail then if she passes.
Yeah, I mean that's it.
It's like the cage. I guess like you do it and the cage like starts to pop up, but she's like just past it. I guess.
I have 3 more higher level spell slots. You want a dimension door again?
All right, so if we're within 85 feet of her,
Yeah.
then Braun can run, dash, and then action surge to dash again to go 90 feet.
Okay.
So like just this like trucking, you know, Linkara
You
gift.
just come like
of
a
him
portal
running
opens
towards-
up and you just come sprinting out of the portal. Just
Pretty much.
Yeah. Sid, I wanted to specifically
And I
call
can-
out what I rolled before I asked your DC, just so there wasn't any like shenanigans. By the way.
I mean, it was either a hit or a miss, and
Yeah.
it was,
Yeah. Well, I just didn't. I just wanted to make it clear I wasn't like fudging anything, which is why I called out her number first. Yeah, you could catch up to her in that instance, Bron. Or yeah, if that's what you're doing. So run, dash, action, surge, run, and then you still have your standard
Yep.
action when you get there. Or your standard attack,
No, it is.
rather.
That's all my actions are used to catch up to her. So now I am within feet of her. So at least if she wants
now
to,
you're within
I
lightning
can
bolt
get on the other
range.
side. She has to get through me now.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's. I don't have a map for this, but I guess we're just gonna have to go in a turn order here and just theater of the mind this. So I guess I'll just write down a turn order because you can't do it without tokens. So, everybody, I guess, just give me initiative. Ooh, Hazard's on point. And everybody, I guess you're just gonna have to track your HP on your sheets. Let me double check something. Give me a moment. I don't think we've had a Theater of the Mind fight in this campaign at all. Oh, what the heck? Well, I guess, okay. I guess one of my maps has totally disappeared. So, oh, there we go. That was weird. I went to a different page and the map just didn't exist for a couple seconds, but everything else did. Okay. So give me a moment here. All right, we got Hazard with a 24. Valison with a 17. Ron with a 15. Charlie with an 8. Can you get me some music going too? Oh, you did. And then let me roll. Let me get hers going.
Can you hurry up? The game's starting.
Enough, Rashida Jones. I don't want to switch to T-Mobile. All right. And now let me get hers real quick. Okay. Hazard is up first.
Okay, so I definitely wanted to heal up, not Richard, Charlie.
Mm-hmm. You did that before turn order, so if you just want to
Okay, cool, thank you.
keep track of that, Richard.
Yeah, so from Charlie's location, I'm going to just book it towards her and just, zipline when and where I can to help out with that, and just try and catch up with her. And I
How
got
much healing did you give?
It was 19. I burnt a second
Okay.
level slot, so 19.
I got 69.
Nice. Yeah. Is she? I guess I'll dash if I have to.
She was about 40 feet from Charlie, so that puts you also about 40 feet from her.
Okay. Okay.
So you're 40
So
feet from
I'll-
her. Braun is like 5 feet from her. Val is 85. And then, yeah, you and Charlie are about 40.
Okay, cool. So I've got a speed of 35, so I can pretty much run up and catch up to her. And kind of flank with Braun. And just yell, "You're surrounded and outnumbered. Don't move. You've got answers to give us."
Okay, Val, you're up, and you're 85 feet from her.
Gonna move forward at least 30 feet, I guess. Can I try to fairy fire her?
Yeah, of course.
I guess. Dex.
Oh, Dex save on me. Sorry.
Yeah.
That definitely failed. She is fairy fired.
Cool. So advantage on her.
Okay. Braun, you're up and you're standing like right in front of her.
Well, now that she's fairy fired, I'm just going to reach into my bag and pull out the flower and whip him straight in her face so she can't run as far.
Okay.
So, or will her fairy fired? I'd like to also just like slap the manacles on her. Is that like as an attempted grapple with that? Could I attempt that instead?
Yeah, that's what that would be. Well, to at least grapple her, yeah, that's what that would be.
Then I'd like to use one of my attacks to grapple, and then the other one to use the manacles.
Would that not be a grapple check and then a use an object action though?
I think you're right. Then
You can definitely
I'll
grapple.
just try. I'll try and grapple, and if Hazard's right there, he can throw the manacles on.
Okay.
So
alright, yeah,
I'm going to attempt to grapple.
okay. She got a 15 for hers. You got a 19. So that is a successful grapple.
Then yeah, I'm going to say Hazard. I have manacles in my back pocket.
I can pull out my manacles. I'm good.
Oh, you have
Let's
them
do
too?
this thing. Hell
That's
yeah.
funny. It is her turn before you though. And that device that fired at Charlie, it's gonna kind of spark up again, and she's gonna turn it and kind of face it point blank at Braun, who is holding her. And you can still do a dex save, Ryan. Like that's part of the roll. So give me one. That is definitely not enough.
No.
You are gonna take 59 lightning damage as this thing point blank
Okay.
just stun guns you basically. And now it is Charlie's turn.
I think Charlie's gonna. Well, first of all, how far away is he?
40 feet.
Just 40 feet from her? Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, he is going to, as a knee-jerk reaction, quicken spell, dominate person, and yell out, "That's enough!" He's pulling a Gohan, like 4-year-old Gohan.
Okay.
And I need a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Whoa. It is a nat 20 for a total of 29.
Yeah, that doesn't pass. My thing's better than that. Okay, well, there's a reason why he quickened that, because in case that didn't work, time for a good old firebolt.
Okay. That's just rolled a hit, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's definitely a hit.
All right.
Okay. Are you re-rolling any of that? Or wait, that's an empower, isn't it?
I don't think I could empower when I've already done something on my turn. Actually,
You can. I'm pretty
they
sure.
are two different. They are two different spells.
Yeah.
I am going to re-roll 2 of those because that's pathetic.
I think, can't you also technically more than one meta magic on a spell?
No,
I don't think you
it's
can.
gotta be. But they are 2 different spells, so I think I can empower this one. Jesus Christ! Wow.
So that does 4 more damage total.
Still better.
Yep.
Yeah, still better.
16 damage.
Okay. We go back around to Hazard, and Hazard, you're like 5 feet from her at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and um, slap those manacles on.
Does that? I feel like that still needs to be a grapple check.
I'm going to consider that an improvised weapon, and
Or
I'm
wait, no,
going
I said
to.
it was use an object before for
Mhm.
using it.
Yeah, I mean, technically she's already grappled.
Yeah, she's already grappled, so I guess you just do it. You just manacle her.
Okay.
So you like, she's still trying to like grip the whatever this weapon is in her hand, but
Mhm.
like she is manacled.
Can I disarm her too?
Not on the same thing because
Okay.
using an object would be your manacles.
Okay.
And right after Hazard, it goes to Val.
I'm gonna healing word Braun.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's not a lot because I don't have any higher spell slots now. Oh wait, yes I do. That's a lie. I'll give you a good one, buddy. 23.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. And now we go back to Braun.
Oh, holy shit! That was a lot of fours.
Yeah, that was a good heal.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Now we're
I
rolling
was
back to
expecting
Braun.
all ones.
Hey, shut up.
Braun's gonna go ahead and wrestle that weapon she has away from her.
Okay. And she would have also like, upon being manacled, she probably would have dropped the like sack she was carrying as well. And at her side is also a sword. But okay, I think that pretty much takes us out of combat then if she's like fully disarmed and just like standing there.
Yeah. What am I holding here? What blasted me with so much lightning power?
You can roll me in an Arcana or an Investigation. One second, get some more. You have no idea. You don't know what this thing is. You certainly have never seen
Okay.
one before. You know that like, certainly like this world is like at a point where people are starting to experiment with new weapons and new technology, but you don't know what this thing in particular is. You know it can fire lightning apparently, but that's about it.
Quite well.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're impounding this, and I'm assuming what was her name?
Belva.
Belva. We're gonna have to request you first. Take you downtown for some questions.
If you do not get this meat to my brother, you will have more bodies on your hands.
Where's your brother?
He's in a cave by the lake.
Who is your brother?
Was a thief who got a little too close to the sun, I suppose you could say.
What's his name?
I'll do you one better. What is your brother?
How
Interesting
is your
question.
brother?
I was gonna say, but nobody ever asked how is your brother.
If you're here attacking me, I assume you already know how he is and what he is.
Okay, but his name though.
See-
Like, what was his name?
Why do you care what his name was?
Because if it's Onvir, I have to go and do some neener I told you so. It's like, oh my goodness.
I don't know what you mean by the rest of that, but my brother's name is Anvir.
Oh shit! I used to work for a werewolf, and I was like, it'd be cooler as if you were a werewolf. And oh,
Maybe one thing at a time, Val.
As I said, if we do not get this food to him, you will have more bodies on your hands.
Then let's walk and talk. I guess we'll do like each loop under an arm and kind of escort her towards where we're going, so we
Or where
can
she
ask
was going,
questions.
or back to town?
I guess to the cave.
Okay, yeah, that's where
Yeah,
she
where
was
she's
going.
going.
Okay.
I think we could like tie her on a rope and have her lead.
I don't know.
Also, guys, I have like 1 6th level spell slot and like 3 level 1s, so...
Well, that's okay, because you're about to get a nifty old magical weapon.
What if I get turned
So-
into a werewolf, you guys? Would you guys still like me a little bit?
I mean,
We'd
Oh.
like you more.
Oh.
so why were you running when you saw us?
Because you found the bodies and you broke into my home. What else was I supposed to do?
Also, you know about the... You know, guys, I keep getting under the like assumption that these people don't know what's actually going on, and then they do know what's going on, and then I'm like, oh crap.
My brother got hungry,
Val,
attacked
do you-
those soldiers, and I thought it best to hide the evidence of what he'd done.
Who has the really powerful magical weapon right now?
I guess Braun does.
Brian, give it to Val. She's almost out of spell slots, and it sounds like there's more adventuring to do.
You won't be able to use that. It's for my use only.
What
Hacks.
is
I
this
call
thing
hacks.
anyways?
Hacks.
It's something I've only heard other hunters and artificers start to pioneer this technology. As far as I know, they're calling them boomsticks or lightning sticks.
Seems a little on the nose, but
Think of
All
the
right.
way a magic wand works and turn it into essentially a crossbow.
But boom.
It's like
Like-
my wand of cone of cold, except with lightning.
oh, I don't have to imagine how it works. I got a pretty good up close demonstration.
Yeah, me
Oh, hey
too.
Charlie, how are you? Do you need healing, my
I
bad?
hurt.
You want some healing?
I hurt, yet my amount of health feels quite suggestive.
Okay. Well, I'm going to save my 6th
Are you at
level.
69 HP?
I am.
So eventually, actually, I will say before you get to the cave, as you kind of come closer to the lake, Hazard, remember how you found those notes back at the wizard's place about like those other temples,
Mm-hmm.
and how there's one right out there in the middle of this particular lake? So
Oh,
as you, just for your own observation, Hazard, as you get to the lake, you would see out in the middle of the lake is a fancy looking temple. And just for Hazard's own mental notes, he'd be like, oh, I read about that. That's the Temple of the Soil, it's called. So just for your own notes, you see that. But eventually, and it's probably getting towards sundown or so right now, you do reach the cave.
Okay. Is there gonna be funny business when we get in here?
If by funny business you mean being attacked on sight because you have arrested a werewolf sister, yes, I can guarantee it.
Oh yeah,
What if
we're
I
the
walk in there
assholes
and I'm
because your
like,
brother
"Hey,
killed a
I'll
bunch
be
of
there."
people. Somehow we're the assholes here.
My brother killed a
So
bunch of
they
people
can
because he got
try-
impatient. I have worked so hard to keep him fed. I've basically starved these lands of wild animals. And he reached a point.
You
where
tell?
he
Did
reached
you
a point-
tell any authorities about this?
Would you tell authorities that your brother, who was transformed into a large werewolf, just wiped out half of the town's city watch because he was too hungry and couldn't wait for me to finish a new hunt?
I mean, you
When-
know, my brother's already been kind of captured by City Watch after your brother turned him, so here we are.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so maybe we should go talk to your brother, who was my previous employer, and, like, you know, tell him, hey, dummy.
Anvir was your previous employer.
Yes, absolutely. That's why I thought it was kind of funny at first. Because he used to work for the True Fangs, and they were like, oh, I'm Beta and Alpha, and there was, like, some weird dynamics there, and I was like, oh my god, are you guys werewolves? And he was like, no, that'd be stupid, and here he is.
So maybe a little less attitude and a little more, let's figure out a way to make things work out here.
Well, Well, yeah, you know,
I
I'm not here
don't-
to be like, haha, told you so, but
I don't know about these free fangs you're speaking of, but he wasn't a werewolf when he came here to leave with me when he left the capital, and then he couldn't keep his thieving paws to himself. Found himself
Yeah.
some freakish ring that turned him into this thing.
Dibs.
I wanted.
I don't think you want to do that. Okay.
You're finished showing.
Listen, Belle,
Getting cursed.
we have a powerful cleric back in town. We just brought him into town. He's looking at Valison's brother right now. If he can find the source of the curse, maybe he can fix it. But it can only be with safe compliance.
Are you? Does he still have that ring?
Don't you think if we were able to fix this curse, we would have done it by now?
I don't know. It seems like he was able to wipe out
Alright.
half the guards here. Doesn't seem like it's very well stocked here.
It's not.
Also, you seem like an expert in curses, and seeing as how you, instead of looking for help with this whole thing, you just fed the beast, literally, and kept it to yourself. Like, you'd be the worst person to be in a zombie movie with, because, like, you'd be bitten, and then, like, just try and, like, muscle through and not show anyone, and then all of a sudden, like, oh no, biting everyone, you were a zombie the whole time.
I am no
Sorry.
expert in curses. I just have a brother with a cursed ring stuck on his finger.
Have you
Oh,
tried
well,
cutting
just
his finger
chop
off?
that sucker off.
We thought about that as a last resort, but I fear our chances
Yeah,
of doing that
well-
have passed.
Your last result is my first resort. So snip snip.
If you wish to attempt to take Anvir's finger off, be my guest.
You guys really...
Huh?
Oh, I'm not gonna do it. Braun's gonna do it.
Let me be clear here. You waited until after half the town's guards were murdered, and then still didn't do the thing that was the last resort? Like, what? When were you gonna pull the trigger on that?
Perhaps tonight after
Sounds
I
like
get fed
she might
him,
not have-
which you interrupted.
Again, we're the assholes. Okay, Anvir, we're coming in to talk. We've got you some meat. Let's all be cool
And we
here so
gotta-
we can figure this curse out.
And we got a glaive.
Are you just walking right in then?
I mean, I guess so. We've announced ourselves. We've said what we're there for. We've basically said we're not a threat and that we brought him meat and we're here to help. So, like, if he attacks us, somehow we're the assholes, I guess.
All right. Well, you go in, and
What
I
the
guess
fuck is that?
she's over here with you.
What the
Let me
fuck is that?
update her HP. If you need to adjust your tokens, now's the time because they haven't been touched since the wizard fight. I'll give you a clearer view of what you're seeing in a second here.
I don't want one. I want
I
to
like the
leave.
marbling.
Come on, how bad could it be?
It
Uh,
looks more like a fucking gargoyle than it does a werewolf.
This is what you're seeing.
Oh.
Ah!
You know that like
Oh, no.
this is the same like line of cool art that I got those like thieves from that were like the thief Disney princesses. Same same drawing here. I just
I
saved a
can
bunch
see
of them
that.
because I was like, this is cool. So yeah, this is a nice like Beauty and the Beast kind of thing here. And yeah, when you walk in, pretty much, well, she's still manacled, but pretty much immediately, like, he's gonna, like, turn around and, like, see you and see his, sister in handcuffs, and specifically see Val, and, we're definitely just gonna need turn order, because it's gonna be aggressive immediately.
I throw the meat to him. He didn't hear anything I said? Man, this is some bullshit.
I mean, he heard it, but this is all just like triggering stuff. And before we start this battle, why don't we go ahead? Everybody can give me their initiative, but we can go ahead and take 5 before we start this battle.
Yeah. That'd be good.
Sounds good.
Instead of getting a side, like, you know, a twofer boss battle, you managed to separate the boss, like splitting the party. So that works in your favor, I guess. Okay.
Cool.
I'll get all
Yes,
those
coin.
initiatives going, and yeah, we'll take a quick break, and then we'll be back with this. Everyone good? Okay.
Mhm.
All right, we're back. It's time to fight a werewolf. Let me start this music. And
Spoilers.
Sid, with all your many spell slots, you are up first as the giant werewolf Onbeer turns to you and is like very clearly ready to pounce.
Well. Huh.
Is it
Okay.
dark?
Can you bring
in
the mic
cave?
down, by the way, Sid? Just since the battle music's
Yeah,
probably gonna... I don't want it to be louder than you.
Brian raised a point. Is it as like I know I have super drow dark vision. Can everybody in here see, or is it actually like dark in here?
It is dark in here.
I
You and Hazard have
I cannot
dark
see.
vision. Charlie has the eye at his side, giving off 20 feet of light. Braun has, I
Okay.
think, 30. So I think you and Hazard are the only ones who actually see Onbeer at
Oh.
the moment.
In that case, we're gonna give Fairy Fire another go.
Okay.
But I gotta move forward to do it.
And Fairy Fire does have an actual glow associated with it, right?
Yeah, it lights
It does.
them up. A color that I choose.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just need to know the range, you know? Because, yes, it is actually this dark in here.
So he needs to make Dex, which I reckon he's probably gonna do fine.
Let's find out. Ooh, dirty 20.
Go fucking figure. Bonus action, I'm going to inspire Hazard, and I'm just gonna turn and be like, "You're not afraid of the big bad wolf." Please don't be afraid of the big bad wolf.
Speaking of big bad wolves, before he pounces, Onveer's gonna let out a big howl, just and it's gonna like echo through the entire cavern. And when he does that, give me one moment. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Those of you with dark vision, well, maybe just Val, I'm not sure what the range on Hazard's dark vision is, will be able to see that out of some of the further back darkness in the cave, when he lets out that howl, a bunch of wolves walk out of the back of the cave.
Do
What
we
the
hear
hell,
them?
Bell? You gave him wolves?
Yeah, Val cast summon wolves on him.
I didn't mean to.
And just for those of you that can see it, I just wanted, they're not actually glowing, I just gave them an aura so that you'd be able to see them against the background a little better. So just ignore that, they're not like magical or anything, I wanted them visible. Okay. Well, Val, he is gonna pounce and land right all next to you, and now the rest of you can probably see him, or at least part of him, maybe.
No.
So just leaps over, and you see here, Val, I've got a 26 will hit you, but an 11 will not, I assume.
No, but like, hey, remember all of those things that I did for you? Like, I tortured people for you, and I got information for you, and ran your errands, and I did your laundry that one time.
So
And
he throws like a fist, and you like duck it, but then as you come up, he's standing right over you, and he's just gonna grab and bite you.
hey guys, I think I'm gonna become a werewolf though, so it's pretty cool, right?
And you're gonna take 5 piercing as he bites into you, and 12 necrotic damage.
Son of a I'm resistant.
Yeah, you're
Hey.
resistant, so you only take 6 necrotic damage. However,
Wow.
that 6 necrotic, Sid, you need to note, is coming off of your current max HP. So your max HP is reduced by 6.
Why do you hate me? Like, why
you.
why do you do these things to me?
Like I said before at the top, or I told you guys before we did this episode, like, I did not intend for us to have, like, just all this awful Val stuff in a row, but it just happens to be the places you guys are visiting.
Why do you hate me?
It just ends up becoming a nice, like, family arc for her. And then these wolves are gonna start moving forward. Hazard, you can go while I move these, because you're not gonna be able to reach anyone.
Okay, I'm gonna run over here. I'm gonna throw the bag of meat over to the, like, in between him
Nice.
and the
Smart
the
move.
other wolves. And then I'm gonna take the salt out of my pocket
Just
and
gonna mark
whip
that
it right
here.
right into his eyes.
All right. That is I think that's gonna have to be an improvised weapon on his or on your part.
Cool.
that's
And
what
he's
we've-
fairy fired.
That's no, he's not. He saved that.
Oh, he saved.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Because
bad.
we've done improvised weapon for the flower, so I feel like the salt's the same thing. Yeah, that's not gonna do it.
I guess there's a breeze, and I just like throw it into nothing.
With a nat 1, I think you throw it into Val's face.
Oh wow. We're picking on Val today. We're really doing that.
It's a nat 1. So I
Um,
think you just get a little overzealous, or maybe he just like swats your hand as you try to throw it, and it ends up throwing it in Val's face instead.
You're literally salting Val's wounds right now.
yeah. And I'm going to yell at him and say, "We are here to fix the curse. We don't need to fight. Just come with us. Come with your sister. We're gonna fix this." And I guess I'm gonna try to persuade.
Okay.
Ugh.
Yeah, 6 is definitely not going to be enough. Charlie, can you actually see it now?
I can't see shit. So, what I am going to
What's
do.
the range on the eye? It's 20 feet.
Yep, no, I literally cannot see anything except for Braun.
Well,
So,
you hear
Braun,
all
you're
the-
getting the buff.
You hear all the commotion just past where Hazard and Val went then.
I sure do. For the first time ever, Charlie is going to haste Braun and himself,
Ooh.
which I think would allow him to do the cantrip thing without doing Quicken Spell. So, Braun, you are hasted. Charlie is also hasted. And feeling this jolt of energy, he's going to step forward a little bit. And that's just enough to see this big fella. And he's going to conjure up a big old fire bolt and try to throw it right in that big boy's face.
Okay. .21 will hit for sure.
All right. I'm gonna re-roll that too.
Okay, so
Yeah.
29 total damage.
Yep.
Good hit. And then we go to Braun.
All right, so now he's hasted, so he has a little bit more options, I suppose. What he'll probably lead with is, let's say, he's going to bless everyone. He's going to cast Bless on everyone. So you all get a D4 on saves and attack rolls now.
Nice.
That's his standard action. He still has a hasted action and a bonus action. So what he's going to do He's going to look over at Belle. It's like, listen, if you want to help us, if you want to help save your brother, you need to help us. And he's going to grab her chains and he's going to unlock them.
Bron, what are you doing?
You know what? I was gonna put her turn at the top of the round anyway. Braun, if you want to attempt to stop her, you can, but she's gonna turn and bolt.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
You
So much for that.
Do you want to attempt to stop her? Because you certainly can.
Like how? Trip her or something?
I mean, if that's something you would do or want to do, I'm just saying you can. Like, she's not like mystically like teleporting out of there. Like, she is going to run physically.
No, my
As
plan
a-
was to help us stand against this guy, but
As
try
a
and
war
save her
mage,
brother.
I can cast a spell as a attack of opportunity, I believe.
It's up to you. But she is gonna start running out of there.
I'm gonna throw a firebolt at her.
Okay.
Especially how hyped up he is on caffeine right now.
That's definitely a hit.
Where do you think you're going? Stop right there!
It's good damage.
He's not gonna
those things
empower
hurt.
that.
Well, okay, so you definitely like firebolt. I guess are you throwing it like kind of like just in front of her to hit her to like stop her from running away? Is that kind of the angle?
I'm trying to aim like right at her leg to like hope. I mean, I know that I can't do a trip attack, but
You do that.
that's
it
the
definitely-
flavor I'd give
It
it.
definitely singes her leg. She gets about there, I guess, and she definitely goes down to a knee and like turns toward you, like kind of angrily toward you, Charlie. And
We have her weapon, right?
I was gonna say, yeah, you took her special lightning thing. I'm assuming you disarmed her sword as well at her side.
I would assume so.
Okay. So for whoever's inventory that's gonna be in, I guess you can add. It's just a for whoever's carrying it. If you want to reflect it in your inventory, it would be a long sword and what she called a boomstick, just for whoever's carrying it.
I'll put that in my stuff.
Okay. We move back to that.
Yeah.
Your mic's up against it, by the way.
Yep. Sorry, I do that so I don't sit and mouth breathe into it.
It's all good. I just want to make sure you're heard. I know you're trying not to be all sniffly on the mic.
That too. Fuck. I guess I'm gonna try to do dissonant whispers and get him to go the fuck away.
Okay.
Wisdom save.
Okay. Wisdom save. A 10, so that would be a fail.
Neat. So he's gonna take 46 and then he has to leave in a direction. He has to use his movement or his reaction to move as far as his speed allows away from me.
Okay. $19. Okay, so he has to immediately move that distance?
Yes.
Okay. And that's definitely attack op for actually both that's attack op for all three of you if you want to use it.
I probably wouldn't have a melee weapon out to do that.
He definitely, by the way,
What
like
kind of
as he's
sword do you have?
it was a long sword that she was carrying. By the way, as he's doing that, as he's running, it definitely as he run past like the pile of wolves, there's definitely like as he definitely like steps on one of their tails. So are you all taking attack ops though?
I will not. I will be saving my reaction.
Okay. Are you
I
gonna
mean, I don't think I'd have a melee weapon available if I'm slinging spells.
Okay. I mean, you could technically punch if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'll kick him.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Andrew, are you saving yours as well?
Cause
Yeah,
he
I
bit me.
guess so.
Okay, up to you.
Oh god, if I'm kicking him, is that a strength thing?
Yes.
Oh no.
Oh, and don't forget you have salt in your eyes. So I would say just roll this, just for this round while you're crying all the salt out of your eyes, roll this kick at disadvantage. For a 2. Yeah, it doesn't do any good, but at least now you've got all the salt out of your eyes. Alright. It is immediately his turn. And he is going to, how do I want to do this? Yeah. He's gonna leap up and claw, like, onto the ceiling. Let me see, what do I
Okay.
Just the beast from Split now.
How do I want to represent that? Ceiling, climb. Yeah, so that puts him, he's now kind of like, he's probably like 20 feet up. He just like dug in. Hazard, you good move on the meat, because these wolves are all just definitely now going to basically waste a round eating up that meat, so good call. You bought yourself another round there.
This sucks.
What? Oh, it's not your turn just yet. But you prevented the wolves from attacking. But for those that can see it, maybe like if you look up as he leaps to the ceiling and then you look down, more wolves are gonna run in from the back. And now it's Hazard's turn.
Charlie!
I can't see shit!
Charlie!
Where are you?
I don't know what to do, guys. I mean, like, we're trying to help this dude, but we've got
Murder
an ocean of wolves. Like,
I have
this.
3 spells left.
I mean, those wolves are going to devour us unless we start,
Yeah,
like, taking care of some of them.
I mean, wolves that are fed, they're eating now, so like they shouldn't.
Some of them are eating. We have a row of 6 coming up behind them.
Yeah, I rolled really, really well on the wolves thing. There's like a specific ruling for like how they show up. I rolled very well.
There's no guarantee that they're going to, like, eat their meat and then be like, thanks, we're all full. Bye.
Yeah, I know they're not going to, but like I don't want to just murder a bunch of dogs and then like.
Focus on the main guy. I got crowd control. You saw how I did with the fish.
Can you cast a spell to get him to let go of the ceiling?
Well, I mean, in a way.
Anybody have grease? Throw grease on the ceiling.
I have a vial of oil. I will chuck it at the ceiling that he's working with, I guess.
Okay. It's probably like, that's probably like a 60-foot throw. So it's probably like right at the, that's probably like right at the max of the throw
Disadvantage.
thing. I had to guess. A 17 will hit.
Okay.
And you
So-
will definitely hit him with the oil. Does that say anything about?
Throw it up to 20 feet.
Okay, yeah, nothing about him falling, but he is coated in oil.
Okay. Um. Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna get in front of Val, so maybe I can try to like dog whisper or something, pull some animal handling bullshit.
Okay. Maybe Charlie can pull some of that too.
Oh yeah, animal handling, all right. Gonna handle him with fire.
And Charlie, as you're moving from the entrance, you will see that like Belva has stopped running away. She's just seemed to be watching the battle unfold now.
Are all these the wolves that are eating?
Yes, these here are the ones that just they basically like spent their round eating.
Well, this is as far as he can get, and he knows that if he points something in a certain direction, he's not gonna hurt any of his friends. So he's gonna pull out his Wand of Cone of Cold, and he's gonna shoot it off in this direction and hope that maybe there's some others behind too, but he really can't see any further than that.
How big is the cone?
I think it's 60 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, 60-foot cone.
Okay.
I need them all to make con saves.
All right. I'm just gonna measure something out. Okay. Con saves. What's your DC?
17.
Okay, 2 of them saved, and I'll say it's the 2 because there are actually some back that Charlie can't see, and I'll just say it's those that saved since they were at the most range.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. It's half on a save, right?
Yep.
So all of these in the pile yelp and fall down like frozen wolf sickles. And in the shadows that Charlie can't see, he hears 2 other yelps that sound about the same.
All right.
Wow.
As a bonus action, I would like to chuck a firebolt over there, with disadvantage since I can't see.
Okay. In that
Um.
direction where you heard the yelping.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
It's a disadvantage because I can't see, but I do still have bless.
Is
So
Firebolt,
at
do you have to pick a target with Firebolt though? Or are you just throwing it into the darkness?
it's just like a ranged spell attack. It's the same if you were to just like, shoot an arrow.
Okay. Point which way you're aiming it for me, just like with the ruler.
I mean, wherever the sound was, that's where he's pointing
okay.
at.
Gotcha.
And so he's going to do that at disadvantage, and hopefully the firebolt will temporarily light up the area, so he can even get like a quick glimpse of what that area looks like.
Sure.
Damn, would have been nice to have that nat 20.
So it blazes through, and unfortunately there isn't anything there where you were aiming, but you will see that. Can you see my circle hanging?
Yep.
So it will fly past here, and you will see 2 defeated wolves, just like the other ones that you beat. And before it like fizzles into the ground, you will see what seem like some more approaching from the back of the cave, but you don't see, like, you see what kind of, how do I phrase this? Like, you see more coming from the back of the cave, but you don't see, like, you see fewer coming back from the cave than previous rounds, I guess is the way I'll say that.
Okay, well, I didn't see anything the previous rounds, but okay.
Well, maybe Val would from her
all right.
perspective then.
I take it the bless wouldn't do anything because already that was a 23.
Yeah, well, the thing is that the things over there are already defeated. So,
Okay, so I threw it at a corpse.
yes.
Okay.
I mean, he's in the darkness,
All
like
right,
you
then.
wouldn't know. Alright, now Braun is up. And a bunch of the wolves are already taken care of. You're muted.
All right, Bon. I took care of these.
You're muted, Ryan.
So Braun does not have any alchemist fire or any fire spells, but what he does have is torch. So he's quickly going to light a torch with his flint and steel, and he's going to chuck it right up at Mr.
Okay.
Big Bad Wolf. He's going to be doing Bloodborne torch solo run.
Okay.
And,
Sid, it
I'm
didn't
gonna
hit
say he's
anything
not
because there wasn't anything there to hit. A 15, unfortunately, is going to just whiff and not hit the guy on the ceiling.
I'm going to use a precision die to try and make it hit.
Okay. And now it'll hit.
All right.
Alright, so he's
So,
gonna-
yeah, go ahead.
I'm just looking at the description for the oil. Is there any, like, text for just what the torch would do by itself?
I think it doesn't say it for like throwing it at a thing that's
Okay.
been oiled, but let's take a look.
Well, it takes 5 because of the oil, but I didn't know if the torch did anything on its own. 1 fire damage. Okay, so you deal a total of 6 in that case.
I feel like I should add my strength on there because I am chucking it at him. But,
Yeah. You can,
is he?
I would say that because there will be impact. If you want to give me your strength mod, I'll do that too.
4.
4? Okay.
Does he light up on fire now?
Oh yeah, he's coated in oil and now he's on fire.
Okay, so that can be his hasted action. After that,
Oh, actually,
he's on fire, but he's still clinging.
yeah, and because he's on fire, let me just give him some light. Maybe that adds a little
Oh,
bit
there
more
he
light
is.
for you guys, yeah.
He's still holding onto the ceiling though, right?
Yeah. Oh wait, could you see him previously with bronze vision?
No, I just figured he wasn't on the map.
Okay, but well, what I mean, because if you're throwing it, then it's something you can't actually see. That would also have to be a disadvantage.
Okay, well, I thought that he just wasn't on the map. I thought that the ceiling was. If that was the case, I can still move him forward.
Yeah. Just do
He does
that.
have dark vision.
Yeah. Move Braun to where he would be positioned so that he could see him. Yeah, thanks.
So he's still on that ceiling, still holding on.
Yeah, for now. I
Um,
mean, you did just set him on fire.
I guess I can't stab him with my glaive, but what I can do is I can guiding bolt him. So let's go ahead and do that. That'll hit. Plus. What is it plus? It's a plus 7.
Yeah, that's definitely a hit.
Then he takes this.
All right, he takes that damage.
16 radiant damage.
Nice.
And he is
Another
a
flash of light.
glow as the guiding bolt shines light. So he's on fire and he's glowing. So the
Okay.
next attack against him has advantage.
Cool. Val, you're no longer crying from the salt. It just because normally just takes a round is what we've kind of decided to get stuff out of your eyes.
I'm down to like no spells, so I'm gonna. I guess I'm going to like crossbow him if that's okay.
Yeah.
You got advantage.
Yeah, if he's in range to do that.
Yeah, we'll scooter forward. Oh, plus 9 plus 1d4 because plus.
That's a great roll. I mean, definitely a hit.
Yeah. Cool.
Do the
then
thing.
I'm gonna attack on. Yeah. Thank you.
Your
I'm gonna do
psychic
the
blades?
thing.
Do-
Yeah. I'm gonna do the thing.
I don't know what it's called, but do the thing.
Plus 4 plus. I have to go find it like every single time though, is the thing. Psychic blades. 5d6.
Nice.
26.
Does that include the crossbow damage in it?
Yeah, that one there at the
Okay.
very front. It's that one there.
Okay. I will say, Sid, when you hit him with that, so he's on fire, he's glowing. Is that just for the next hit, Ryan, or is it until like your next turn?
Just the next hit.
Okay,
Just one
so
hit.
he's no longer at advantaged. He is still on fire though. I will say, like, Sid, when you hit him with the crossbow, like he does like for a moment his claws do like kind of slip and he has to like reinforce his grip, and like especially with that now, like I think this is the first time he's taken like melee damage, and he's definitely like starting to bleed. Like he's definitely like taking damage and looking like he's been like really hurt.
Hurt how you made me hurt by just like attacking me a second ago.
And for his turn, he's going to scramble over on the ceiling. Oh, that looks really cool when it's upside down like that.
Not
and
from
he-
my perspective.
And he is just going to drop right down next to you, Braun, the one who lit him up. If you want to use your whatever that thing is, you can. When he gets
Oh, I
in
definitely do.
in your range, but he is going to go to attack you.
Well, I'm gonna see if I hit him first off, and then I'm gonna see if I can push him back.
Okay.
I'm sure he has tons of movement, but
23 definitely hits.
can I have a strength saving throw, please?
Yes. $19.
Yeah, he passes.
Uh,
Braun tries to like catch him and throw him off, but he's too strong.
Now for his attack, we have a 16, which I don't think is going to hit you.
Nope.
We have a 14, which won't hit you. Ah.
Nope.
And we also have a nat 20.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Yeah. So he's kind of like drops and tries to swipe at you as he comes down. You kind of like bop him. Oh, did you give me the damage for that? Oh, 17?
Yep.
Okay. So you kind of like bop him and that throws him off. But then as he lands, he is going to grab you and try to bite into you. And that
Let's
was
see it.
that was the nat 20. Was the bite. So
It always is.
you're going to take, so it's 14 piercing from the bite. So for you, that's, well, no, this is magical, so it's full 14, unfortunately. So 14 piercing. Oh, Wait, what? Oh, whoops. I accidentally added a 0 to the mod. Okay.
How much was it?
It was 95 because I accidentally wrote plus 80. Sorry. It's 28, and that is necrotic damage, and so that is going to be 28 off of your max HP.
Okay, good to know.
I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't even seem mathematically correct. So yeah, 28 to you, and like, so yeah, necrotic, that's off the top. Okay, these wolves are dead. These wolves are coming forward. Oh, that one can actually reach Braun. That one can't. And for seemingly the last time, a couple of straggler wolves are going to show up. And I guess this one wolf is going to take a bite at Braun. And it has advantage because of pack tactics. So Braun, it doesn't matter. 14 won't hit you. All right, we go back to Hazard. Some more wolves are showing up.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna grab my swords. Gonna pop over here and use an attack. I'm gonna use my whirlwind.
Okay.
So I can attack the wolf and the big boy.
Cool.
So here's the wolf and the big boy.
You hit both.
Cool. And then I'm gonna use my second attack to continue. Oh, bonus action, Hunter's Mark on big boy.
Okay.
Then second attack.
Man, that's pretty dope. You can just keep like whipping in a circle at everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And the wolf, that did not bring the wolf down, by the way. So,
Gotcha.
but I mean, so if you just whirlwind attack again, I suppose. Even that.
I suppose so. Could I use animal handling to try and scare the wolves off?
I mean, not if you're doing another attack.
Hmm.
Was that well? If you're gonna whirlwind, was that 13 toward the wolf or toward the big guy? How about that?
Well, if I was being honest, it was towards the big guy.
Okay, it is going to miss, unfortunately.
Bardic Inspiration, right?
Do I have Bardic? Oh, I do have Bardic Inspiration. I will roll a d10.
Unfortunately, that is still not enough for big boy.
Beleth got me 1, and so did. Okay. Cool.
Actually, hold on. That's a total of 15. No, unfortunately, that is not enough.
Okay.
All right, Charlie, you got a few more wolves walking in. Although you can probably only see the one yourself. You're muted, Richard.
Charlie can't really see these others coming in. He's gonna fireball what he can see. He's gonna fireball on the far side of here so he can get these 3 guys.
Okay.
I'm gonna need dex saves from all of them.
All right. Dex save for big boy is only an 11, so that's no good. We got a 13 and a 16. I'm guessing those are all hits.
Yep.
Okay.
It's gonna be 35, and he's gonna follow that up with a firebolt right to the face of the big one.
All right. And he's looking pretty bad. 21 is definitely a hit.
Um.
22 is
Gonna empower that with the 2.
so one more. All
Yep.
right. Braun, can you finish it off?
How's this guy looking right now?
Really bad. He's on fire. He's just kind
Okay.
of flailing around. Real bad.
Is he like even
Bronze just-
on more fire now after that fireball and firebolt?
Kinda, yeah.
Well, while he's getting pummeled with fire swords and fire attacks and fireballs, Braun's going to use that moment to spin the glaive around a couple times. He's going to just try and take that entire hand off. Just like Empire Strikes Back, yoink,
Okay.
with the one that has the ring on it.
Yeah. 27's definitely a hit.
Ooh. Do I have? I should have it. I do. Oh my god. All right. You ready for the most annoying pun of the night?
Please.
Braun is going to use disarming attack to try and take off his hand.
Okay.
Yeah, so it should be for this
Uh,
much.
Why don't you... I'm gonna just let him fail that, because it's cool. Rule of cool. He fails that. Why don't you describe this last moment of the hand?
Yeah, so I guess like I was saying, like as like the fires, like he's starting to get platooned by the fireballs and his burns, his fur's all burning off and scorched. Braun's just gonna find that opportune moment and he's just gonna swing decisively so that his hand just goes clean off and it lands in a thud somewhere by the entrance of the cave. We'll say right next to Belle.
Nice. And she looks at it and then kind of just like turns and like just pukes. These other wolves are gonna run off now that their alpha's gone. This one that had 1 HP left is just gonna pass out and you'll get the XP for it. And when the hand severs, Sid, if you I would totally allow you to do your shadow thing here, if that's what you wish. You're muted, but I
Wait,
see you nodding.
Do you want to kill him? Do you want him to die?
Well, as you take the hand off, there's like as it's just screaming and like, you know, holding its like hands, just, you know, like spraying, it definitely like sprays some blood like on Hazard's face and like all over Braun's armor. You know, it's just and as it like crumples over, it's gonna like look up at Val.
And it's looking at her and it's real angry and it starts speaking and it's like, Val Sin Shademark. Been a long time since.
And the voice just kind of starts turning back to normal as it's staring at you. Been a long time, eh? Sometimes thieving just ain't worth it, huh? And then actually, let's wait, why did I put it over the one that doesn't have the ring?
Wait, I was gonna put spewing blood on that one. Leave it there.
Here, well, this one has the ring though, down here.
Yeah, but okay, I'll try.
That one has the actual. It doesn't matter. So yeah, as he like just goes to the ground, he's just like, I should have learned my lesson before, you know. But sometimes thieving just ain't worth it, huh? And he's gonna just like, I suppose I should just let go. And he's just gonna like lie down and just let the blood loss just kind of take him.
Do you want him to die?
I
I'm
mean-
gonna go over and heal him. I'm gonna
Not really.
cure wounds at level 2.
Because I was gonna say I
He
can
can
healing
lie-
words him to stabilize him.
He can what in a prison cell?
Yeah, he did murder a lot of guards.
He did do a lot of thieving, apparently.
And
Well-
Sid, you're taking the shadow, yes?
I mean, if that's an available option, if he's being brought to life, then
Oh, good question. Yeah, I guess he's not dying, so it doesn't happen.
Yeah. I take his shadow and then it like runs back to him, and I don't get to use it.
Yeah, that's kind of what would happen, I guess. You take it, and then Hazard just like, be healed. And, like, he's suddenly just like, "Ooh, what?" And then, like, the shadow, like, lurches out of you back into him. Well,
You
suppose...
don't get
We're
to have
like,
a dramatic exit, sir.
Like Black Panther at the end of Civil War. Like, nope, not done with you yet.
Kinda.
I thought that was going to be it for me. Apparently you all have other plans.
Yeah, kinda. You kind of gave us a lot of trouble. You're not off the hook.
Who goes over to pick up the ring?
I will.
Alright, well, attached to the hand is this wolfy
Wait.
looking ring.
That's all my blood.
There you
Okay,
go.
cool. Yeah, I totally will not put that on, but I will most definitely put it in my pocket and do like some weird Hobbit shit later where I'm like, oh, I really want to put it on, but I don't.
Sounds legit.
So he's gonna like look over, probably like angrily toward his sister, just like, "What are you doing here, then, huh, Belva?" And she's just like, "Anvir, I think, why don't we have the same accent? That's weird." Anyways, I feel like we need to just give this one up. They already arrested me once today.
Yeah, still not
No,
really over
obviously.
how much you hurt us.
Now, obviously, manacles work much better when you have two hands, but luckily, you have 2 feet, so he's gonna
Yeah, you're
put
on
him right on his
arrest.
ankles.
And I flash the badge.
Well, that's not very dignified. Very well.
Well, neither was any of that.
Val, are there any issues with like where he could like turn over evidence and get you busted?
Probably like so many, actually.
Alright, let's go back to killing him.
I mean, unless he doesn't want to turn me in for anything that I am like totally innocent for, that they haven't committed any crimes whatsoever.
I mean,
think
he's the
right
bigger-
now he is to- Yeah, he's a way bigger fish.
Yeah.
Also, I'm a hero, so
All right, are you taking him?
And we need a hero.
Just taking him back and the sister, him and the sister back to town then.
yeah.
Yeah, let's go check on the brother.
Yeah. So you get back, and you know he's in the medical wing of the barracks, so that's where you need to take your prisoners anyway. And when you get back, you check in the curtain, and he seems back to his normal self.
Well, hey there, little worm. You don't need to shave anymore.
He's just gonna like not even say anything. He's just gonna like give you a big hug.
How you doing? You doing okay?
I'm so much better now, thank you. And Rufus is just gonna like
That would be
turn
hilarious.
to the party and just be like, I don't understand. Like, I was trying out a couple things, and in between one of the remedies I attempted, he just started convulsing for a moment, but then everything sort of retracted and went away, and he looked normal.
There was like a cursed ring involved.
Have you retrieved this cursed ring?
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna reach into my pocket and pretend that I don't have it. So I'm just gonna like, oh, I wonder, did I miss my pocket? I don't understand. Is there a hole?
I think
In my
we need a
pocket?
deception roll on that.
God dang it. Where's my deception? Jesus, there it is. Come on. Fucking A.
Oh, I saw the 2 and then I looked over and I
Wow.
was like, oh, okay.
I've been pouring a lot into deception, guys.
Clearly. Rufus is like, well, alright. So so the cursed ring is just out there somewhere then.
Maybe, but it's like in the woods.
He turns to Ildon. I don't want to send you after it, but perhaps the remainder of the force could sweep the woods and search. And Ildon.
Yeah, that seems like a good use of police time.
Right. Ildon's gonna turn. Listen, I think I need to rest here for just a bit longer. Could you just tell the mayor that everything's taken care of with the werewolf then, and you can be on your way?
Sure thing. I'm sure it wouldn't bother him too much to give us maybe a little reward for that.
And maybe tell him about the sacrifice I paid along the way. Could, maybe put a good word in for me trying this whole city watch thing, huh? Please?
We'll be sure to pass it along.
Thank you. And before
I can't tell if Sid's frozen or staring at her ring.
I think Sid's frozen.
She transforming?
She's werewolfing. I'm gonna preemptively switch over to the just roll 20 screen in anticipation of her thing disappearing for a second. Yes, she just messaged the group and said her internet just took a dive.
Damn.
Well, before or on the way out, I'll just have to message Sid that this just happened. As you leave the barracks, he's just gonna like stop her one more time and just be like, "Thank you so much for your help, big sister. And this moment would mean so much more if you were here to hear it." But maybe I'll rewind and replay this afterward. Oh, here she comes. Oh, here she comes. Sid, are you back? Hey, there you are. Just in time. As you were leaving to go to the mayor and just tell him no, the werewolf problem is done, Ildon's gonna like stop you one more time just by like tugging on your, sleeve or whatever and just like give you another hug. Just like, thank you so much. You've always been looking out for me and helping me when I need it.
Of course. And I will always be there to do that. But also, stay out of trouble. I'm very proud of
I
you.
will always be there for you, and we're leaving now. Goodbye!
I
Gotta
can't.
let go, Jack. I've gotta let go.
City Watch isn't so much staying out of trouble as it is investigating the trouble, but I'll see what I can do. And thank you. I wouldn't want anyone else as a big sister but you.
It's great, because we're not actually family.
I wouldn't want anyone else as a biological, born of the same parent's sister but you.
Totally, kiddo. I hear that in
But an oddly specific way to say that.
a very specific way. It's almost like
Well,
he knows.
I guess I'll see you some other time, huh?
Oh yeah, and I'll keep checking up on you. Somebody has to.
I guess so.
Maybe next week you'll be turned into a vampire and I'll have to come back this way and make sure you're okay.
You would not believe
Wait,
this,
I thought
but
vampires weren't real.
You would not believe this, but I was just about to make the exact same joke.
But are vampires real though? Did somebody just say that they weren't to like
By the way, the werewolf was totally just the vampire stat block, but a wolf instead. And the same deal with because the vampire stat block, if it reduces you to 0 with necrotic damage, that's when you rise as a vampire. So basically the same deal happened to your brother. Like he got zeroed out by
got
necrotic
murked.
werewolf damage, and then
Yeah.
as a result became a werewolf. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So you go to the mayor's house.
I got a ring in my pocket.
And we'll go for just a bit longer so I can get you guys to a neat cliffhanger.
Less.
Shouldn't
My
be.
head feels like it's gonna explode.
Yeah, it should not be too much longer. But you go up to the mayor's house.
We knock on the door.
Yep.
Burn it down.
And very fancy dressed Aarakocra answers it. Just,
Can I say that those hands are very unnerving?
I know, right?
as
Especially
well as
since
those booty
because of the profile, this one looks like it could be a normal hand. But then this one
Yeah.
very much is not.
Yeah.
Right. So he opens it. Oh! Can I help you folk? You don't seem like my typical townspeople.
Yeah, we're from out of town. We just wanted to come up and let you know that you had a werewolf problem.
Yes,
That
the city guard was
slayed about-
investigating.
Yeah, well, they investigated, they found it, and they were, they didn't do so well. So, we came in, we found who was harboring it, we've brought them in, they're in the guard barracks now. If you'd like to question them, they're both alive, and, unfortunately responsible for a lot of your guards' early retirement, we'll say.
Oh.
Oh, so I should probably need to get more troops, is what you're saying.
Maybe send some, care packages to their families.
I see.
I'll
Well,
forget
thank you
that.
very much for your help. You'll be wanting the reward, I suppose.
Wouldn't
Yep.
say no. And Braun looks down at Charlie, like gives him a little elbow nudge.
Just give me one moment. He'll disappear into his house, and then he'll come back, and he'll present 500 gold as advertised. Seems like it should split pretty nicely among you four. Well, Rufus is there, so he says you 5. Rufus will just...
Yes.
It's 4 ways. I'm good. You know, if you're going to be in town a bit longer...
125 each.
I did have one of my most prized possessions stolen. I could use help tracking it down. It's a ring with a wolf engraving.
Oh, really?
Why would you have something like that?
Definitely haven't seen that at all
You
ever.
see, owning a cursed item is a very valuable thing. I would never wear it. I know the dangers, but having it in one's possession, that's quite a look for a collector such as myself.
Hypothetically, how much is that going for?
Well, probably the same amount.
Oh, weird.
You don't happen to collect any memorabilia of like old armies that like did really bad things to people, do you? 'Cause I'm starting to get those vibes.
No, I just seek out prized and rare items. My brother does the same. It's kind of the family thing, you know, buying up.
Yeah, it
interesting
tends
treasures.
to run in the family.
This
Yeah.
ring here, you mean?
You find his feathers kind of ruffle. You found it. Yeah, please, yes, that's the one. I would very. It's dangerous. I would like to get it back into its casing.
Oh yeah, here you go. It's here. I didn't check that pocket. Funny.
Yeah, Rufus gives you like a very dirty look, like, really.
I didn't.
All right, well, just give me one moment. He'll go back in and come back out with another sack of 500 gold.
Oh, weird. You up today, friend?
So yeah, everybody just made 250 basically, split across. All right, well, I suppose that's all the things, all the problems in Feathernest solved. I just need to order more troops. Maybe I'll talk to my brother about that. Well, thank you so much. I didn't even introduce myself. My name is Twin, or if you're fancying the Aarakocra tongue, Twin. So, please, thank you for your help.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, all the Aarakocra tongue is just like bird noises, basically. All right, well, I will get this back where it belongs. Thank you again. And he'll go back inside.
Man, oh man, I'm sure glad you checked my
And Rufus is gonna like, oop, I can switch back over now. Rufus is
I
gonna,
am
like,
so glad you found that at the most opportune moment.
Yeah.
Rufus is gonna look at all of you. It's late. Shall we get some sleep here or sleep in High Peak? What would you all prefer?
At the high peak.
Do they have extra good beds in High Peak?
Oh, very nice.
Then maybe let's do that.
Wait, it's a very short trip on the train. Shall we go to the station?
I think it's best we get there.
Okay, so you do that. You're in Feathernest. You're going up to High Peak. And, yeah, it is evening when you arrive. But, when you arrive, you see it's a very different looking city from the one you just were in. Feathernest it's built into the side of the mountain. It's an Aarakocra city, so they are, like, flying all around. Like, they essentially have, like, nests all along the cliffs and stuff.
Tight.
So, Rufus will just, like, I will talk to my connection and get us some rooms, and then in the morning, I will show you our special transportation to the city, huh?
That's okay.
Yes.
Great. Should I just fast forward through that long rest into the morning, or was there anything anybody wanted to do before we wrap?
Absolutely not. I need to use my last spell slot to contact my best friend forever, Spitter the Quitter,
Okay.
and I just need to be like, hey, I just want you to know that I just totally fought a werewolf who just happened to be like my former employer, but I'm getting super strong right now, and you better be training to take these fights seriously.
And you get back. It's late, but nice to hear from you, Shademerk. I have a feeling we'll settle this real soon.
Friends, we are the best of friends. He doesn't want to kill me at all, you guys.
I have a feeling we'll settle this real soon.
Oh god, is he in? There's a
Okay.
knock on the door.
So you get your long rest in. Shall I just jump us ahead to the cliffhanger then?
Sure.
Okay. So you wake up in the morning and Rufus is just like, well, I suppose it's time to show you all the special surprise. You know, I made a quick stop this morning before I came to get you all, and it appears everything is well in order for this trip. So if you'll just follow me, we will adjourn to the hangar. Which is not, I don't think that's probably a term that none of you have heard before.
I swear to God, if
Hang what?
if Spitter's there,
Is that like a bay or something?
I'm gonna lose it.
Something like that. You can think of it as a
That
port.
is
Is it
is that like a capital punishment thing?
No, it's sort of like where you would dock a boat, except these boats don't go through the water.
That's a pretty shitty
They
boat.
go
man.
through the air.
Oh.
Oh my
What?
God.
And he
That
walks
looks
in-
very high tech for you guys. No
he
offense.
walks in and there's like a really fancy kind of floating ship, and there's a bunch of Aarakocra like working at it, and like tightening bolts and screws. And Rufus just points. So here it is, Sentra's first airship.
Where is the worm?
And that is where we will stop for the evening.
Right on.
That's
So
a dope picture.
I know, right? It was really hard to find like an airship bay. So it's a little farther into steampunk and like maybe a little further ahead, like timeline wise, than it should be, but like it's the best thing I could find,
Yeah, it's still pretty dope looking.
It is a really cool picture. Okay, so yeah, that's our cliffhanger. We'll pick up next time right here in this bay. You guys aren't leveled up, but you're getting fairly close, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah, that's an episode. Like I said, kind of Witcher vibes.
Yeah, definitely got
Definitely.
that.
It was going to be a little more witchery in that I had expected you guys to come here first, and as you'll see soon, you were basically going to be like tasked with handling the werewolf thing before you could board for reasons. So we'll I guess get some of that later. We're not doing this next week. We're finishing up the drug thing next week.
Oh, okay.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
So we're doing that on Monday, and then so we'll get back to this in 2 weeks, the week after Thanksgiving. That's for us here and for the viewers. But yeah, that's an episode. So we'll be back next week with not this, and back in 2 weeks with this.
All right.
Yeah. Later, everybody.
Goodbye.